What's going on, everyone? Welcome in to another live stream here. It is peak March Madness season. We are now in the second round of the tournament, and I think it's going to be time for some Duke hate watching, especially from me here, as the number 9 seed TCU is about to tip off versus the Duke Blue Devils. Welcome in, Vince. We're both in different settings today, but down there in sunny Miami, Florida, Vince is having the time of his life poolside right now. So welcome in. Um, I think it's going to be an interesting game here today, especially with how Duke played last time out. Vince, do you think there's any chance for an upset here?
Oh, 100%. I mean, we saw them play against Ohio State, and they were able to capitalize and really set the momentum straight off the tip. So, honestly, I think this could easily be an upset, but just based off of how Duke played last time, I think this could possibly happen.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, I think that the Siena game is either going to act as a wake up call or be a sign of what's to come for Duke. So I think there's kind of two options there. With Siena, the only reason Duke was really able to pull that one out in the end was because we talked about this kind of extensively yesterday. Siena only had 5 real players that they could play that had played at points this season. So, Vince, which of the two do you think it's going to be? Do you think that game was a wake up call for Duke and they're going to dominate today? Or do you think that that was a sign of what's to come further in the tournament?
I think it's going to be a sign of what's to come. I mean, this Duke team really did not prove themselves last game, and even though they got the win against Siena, I think not only is it not a wake up call, I think they're really in trouble heading into this game against TCU.
Yeah, we're about to tip off. Not quite sure when that's coming. All right, the tip has just been moved to 5:25, so we have a couple more minutes before that. Make sure you drop your predictions and stuff like that in the chat as well as we get started here. Personally, I'm just going to be hate watching Duke in this one. I hope that they do not do particularly well tonight, and I had predicted that they would be out in the Sweet 16. So yeah, I mean, what do you think?
Um, I mean, I'm just really curious if TCU can play the same way they did last game. I think that's the big question heading into this.
Yeah, I mean, the TCU game was still a close one. It's not like there was really anything crazy going on there. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting one. I'm excited for it though. I mean, we talked about kind of we could pull up the stats from the last game as well from Duke and kind of go over that. Um, it was a close win, but you need to
Oh
talk
wait,
about Cameron Boozer still with 22 points in the game. Their best player by far, Kaden Boozer, his brother as well with 19. That duo is going to need to stay pretty much locked in here against TCU if they want a chance to keep things moving. Who do you think is really going to be a star of the game tonight for Duke? Or the people that are going to
I think the Boozer twins, honestly. I mean, obviously, we've seen the teams do so good all year. Wait, hold on. Andrew, shut the ad off. Doing it again.
Oh, yeah. I got it.
No, I think the both Boozer twins. I mean, if they can
There you
both obviously prioritize themselves in this game, I think they could easily get the win here. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, it was really a game that came down to the final towards the end there where they were finally able to retake the lead about with 5 minutes to go in the game. They were trailing for basically all of it besides some time in the first quarter, but from there it was mostly dominated by Siena. You can see also 5 for 26 on 19% shooting from 3. And so that's just not good at all. And also, they were sent to the line 21 times. So that's going to be something to keep an eye out. Can TCU kind of limit how many times they're fouling and things like that? But yeah, I'm excited for this one. Excited to get started. It's now a 5:25 tip-off coming to you soon. If you would like to watch along, it's going to be on CBS. For TCU, that was not quite a big upset, but one that maybe not everyone had picked. Were the 9 seed, and they beat the 8 seed Ohio State Buckeyes on a crazy end to the game by just 2 points. Their leading scorer was Micah Robinson in this one, 6 for 11 from the field with 5 rebounds as well. And David Punch also added on 13 rebounds and a double-double there with 16 points as well. I mean, who do you think is going to be the star of the show on the flip side tonight for TCU? Who is going to be the difference maker that can lead them to a big upset here? Can't hear you right now, Vince. I don't know if you are, if you're muted. Okay, not sure what's going on there. Hopefully, we will get him back in just a moment. Still waiting for the tip here. It should be starting in just a couple minutes. There's been some other great games going on throughout the slate so far today. We're of course in the second round now of March Madness. Vince, not sure what's going on there with him. Not 100% sure what's going on. He's still muted there. So we're about to get started. The teams are making their way onto the court. The starters for TCU are going to be Brock Harding, Jaden Pierre, Micah Robinson, David Punch, and Xavier Edmonds. On the other side, Caden Boozer, Isaiah Evans, Dame Sarr, Cameron Boozer, and Malik Brown. Those Boozer twins, two of the top talents heading into the NBA draft this year, with Cam Boozer so far being the better of the two. Here we go, making their way onto the court as the starters line up and are about to get set here in the second round of this year's NCAA tournament. The 1 seed Duke will be taking on the 9 seed TCU in just a moment. Punch will be out in the circle for TCU, and we are on the way here in the second round of the East Regional. Already a missed field goal from TCU. Jaden Pierre misses the opening shot, and already Cameron Boozer getting involved, comes down with the first defensive rebound. But there's going to be a turnover there called on Dame Sarr. So it's going to go back for TCU. A very quick shot there, but they are still, TCU is going to get another chance there off of that turnover by Dame Sarr. I think that that's going to be a big key, limiting the turnovers. I don't believe Duke had a lot of turnovers in the last game versus Siena, but making sure that you're not making many mistakes, especially with the TCU team that really pounced on Ohio State when they missed key shots last time out, is definitely going to be a key here. TCU has never made it to the Sweet 16, as they're now showing on the broadcast, and they get their first 2 points on the board. Brock Harding with a great jumper there. So that's going to now be TCU jumping out to an early lead, as it is 2-0 over Duke. We are just now a minute into this one. Of course, this can be an upset watch with how Duke played last time out, but they're immediately going to respond as Malik Brown on the assist from Cameron Boozer right in front of the hoop is able to easily put that one in with just a lot of size and poise there. So 2-2, we are all knotted up. What a great pass, as they're showing the replay there, by Cameron Boozer. And the first big three of the contest, Xavier Edmonds with an excellent pass from Jaden Pierre. He knew he wasn't going to be able to make it in, dishes it out to his teammate, who basically has an incredible shot from outside the arc. So now that's a 5-2 lead. That's already going to be a key shot in this game for TCU pretty early on. Xavier Edmonds with 16 points and 8 rebounds last time out. And a miss there from Isaiah Evans is going to allow TCU to get another shot to extend their early lead over Duke. Xavier Edmonds misses the layup, though, so it's going to go back for Duke, unable to capitalize off of that one. See if Vince can hear us now or if he's back. It's all knotted up now as Dame Sarr makes the 24-footer. That's going to be another assist from a Boozer twin, Caden Boozer, with the assist this time around. So we're all tied up again at 5. Just a fantastic shot there and a tough turnover from TCU is going to give Duke another chance now to take the lead for the first time tonight. And a Caden Boozer layup is now going to put Duke ahead by 2. It is 7-5. Hopefully TCU is going to be able to work on some of those bad pass turnovers, better ball movement, because really that's going to cost them if they're going to keep giving up key turnovers like that. But David Punch is going to take it right back and capitalize off of some sloppy Duke defense. So we're all tied up again at 7. It's going to be a tight matchup here. 2 Power 5 schools. TCU in the Big 12 this year. They weren't even really a top, let's see here. They were the top 6 team in the very strong conference that was the Big 12, 11-7 in conference, 23-11 overall. Duke, of course, the number 1 team in the ACC this season. And that's going to be a foul there against TCU, which is not quite going to take us to the media timeout yet, as we are at 16-14 to go here in the first half. See if we could get Vince back yet.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. A lot of
You all
disruption.
good?
Yeah, I'm all good. I'm all good. Can you hear me well?
Yep, all good.
All right, perfect. Yeah, I've been able to watch some of the game. The fact that it's still tied up here with about 4 minutes throughout the game, it's not that surprising. But this Duke team really needs to capitalize.
We have a perfect media timeout, 16 on the dot, as we're going to head into the U16 official timeout here. Those are certainly rare. We've only seen a couple of them in the tournament so far, and you always love to see one of those. So 16 minutes to go in the first, we are tied up at 7. There was a key chance for TCU to take the lead there on that missed 3, but David Punch's shot was just unable to fall. I mean, what have you seen from this Duke team so far, Vince? Both the Boozer twins getting involved, not so much with the scoring, but they each have picked up an assist already.
Yeah, I saw the alley-oop. I saw that beautiful connection by Boozer to I don't know exactly who got the alley-oop, but that was just a beautiful pass by the Boozer twin.
Yeah, so we're in the U16 already. As expected, this is going to be a tight matchup so far. Neither team quite running away with it early on, as we saw when we watched some of LIU and Arizona yesterday, but that's a whole different story here. And a crazy thing is there was, I saw the stat earlier, Vince, there was not a single team where the non-betting favorite won yesterday at all.
Really?
Actually, and then this is also the first time that there's never been a 16 through 13 seed to not win a game. And that also happened last year. So that's 2 straight years where a 16 through 13 seed has not won. And this is also the first time where in the betting odds, a favorite has not won a game on one of the days. So Vince, do you think March Madness is changing? Is that a result of kind of the NIL era? And how does the NCAA go about fixing that for the future?
100%. I mean, like I said, I had Troy, obviously winning their game yesterday, a couple days ago, and they didn't. right? So I think if NIL didn't have a big factor in that, I think like a team like a mid-major could win, like a 13 seed could win, and I guess it didn't happen because of the way collegiate sports is changing as a whole. Honestly, upsets just isn't going to be as expected as before, and it's honestly just sad how the sport has changed.
100%. We're about to be back in about 15 seconds from the media timeout here. Do you think that there's really been a trend of anything going on so far in this game, or do you think the outcome is going to be different than how each team has been playing so far?
I mean, obviously TCU was the more dominant in their last game. Duke not so much. So honestly, I think it's going to be kind of in the middle between both these teams. I think it's really just going to be a tie game. Lead changes back and forth throughout the entire game, but anything is possible. So we just have to wait and see.
How do you think TCU goes about potentially running away with this one?
I think it's definitely possible. And if they do, then teams like Kansas or St. John's should really watch out because that would be impressive if TCU can pull off a win in now the round of 32, and then if they end up going to the round of 16 and winning, that is just amazing for their program. And obviously, TCU wouldn't just be a football school; they would primarily be a basketball school, probably.
Yeah, so here we go. Out of the media timeout, another perfect media timeout there. Now that's going to be foul against Dame Sar of Duke. See, the foul here is either going to be, I can't tell if that's going to be on the floor or not. But still, every foul in this game is going to be costly, especially with how we saw some of the free throws play out yesterday with regards to the Santa Clara game, how that game ended, how the Wright State game ended. Um, so a missed field goal there. The foul was on the floor, so Duke is going to take control. They're moving pretty quickly down the court, and that's going to be a quick score there from Duke, assist from Isaiah Evans. So now Duke is going to take a 2-point lead. Offensive rebound there, huge for TCU off of a missed bucket. Let's see if they can capitalize on their second chance, and they're not going to be able to. A missed shot by Punch, a rare one at that. It's going to allow Duke a chance to extend their lead here. Again, it's still early on, about 15 minutes still to go in the first half. We are 5 minutes in, and now that's going to be a foul against TCU.
Right. And so we saw Punch last game. I really want to talk about him quickly. He had a double-double last game. And so we talk about how many blocks he had with 3, rebounds 13, and 16 points. I mean, he's been able to really be the center focus and main key player for this team. And if he can obviously stay away from the fouls, like he had a lot of fouls last game. So if he can stay away from that, I think we can see him obviously be the main player heading into this Duke matchup.
Hopefully, TCU is able to be a bit more wary of the fouls there. Tough missed three-pointer. Haven't made one in a little bit, but you got to be able to score off of those steals. But this Duke defense is just too good. They've dealt with a lot of great talent in the ACC this year. But there's a three-pointer as Micah Robinson is going to put the TCU Horned Frogs back ahead. And the assist they're going to say is going to come from Jaden Pierre. Big three-pointer will bring TCU the lead back to them. And now there's going to be a foul on Xavier Edmonds. Yeah, I mean, limiting those fouls is going to be key. We talked about this at the beginning, how Duke, 21 free throw attempts in their last game against Siena. They only gave Siena 6 trips to the line. So, yeah, I mean, and we're already kind of seeing that discrepancy begin today with TCU. Already, I believe, fouling a couple, or actually the fouls are tied at 3-3 right now, but at least fouling in more serious situations. There's going to be a nice block there by TCU. They'll pick up the rebound off of it now with a 1-point lead. doing a good job of staying even so far with Duke. Boozer unhappy with the call on the block there. Maybe thought that that could have been a foul. It looked pretty clean though, and it last touched him before it went out of bounds. So that will be TCU's ball, and a missed 3-pointer there from Jaden Pierre, and Duke recollects the ball. But a great steal by Micah Robinson. Feeling good about how this TCU team is playing so far, and there is a great layup off of the steal. So now that's going to be a 12-9 lead for the Horned Frogs, back up to 3 points, but a missed field goal by Caden Boozer, but a Duke offensive rebound. Give them a second shot at it here to pull, maybe potentially even back within even, but it's going to be a foul on TCU there. Hopefully TCU can keep the tight defense. They've allowed a couple second chances for Duke there. They haven't been able to capitalize on really any of them quite yet. Showing the replays of that Micah Robinson play there. And as they're doing that, Malik Brown makes a layup on another Caden Boozer assist. Duke back within 1. And now there's going to be another foul against TCU. Cannot be happening in situations like this. Take advantage of everything you've got. Brock Harding making his way back in for the Horned Frogs. So at the line will be Malik Brown, who makes the first free throw of the 1+1. All tied again, and now with a chance to take the lead. And a big 3-pointer by Brock Harding. TCU back ahead 15-12. Not going to let the fouls cost them. Able to strike right back after a 3-point possession by the Blue Devils. TCU is going to be back ahead by 3. Brock Harding really making a difference so far today for TCU. Already 5 points on 2 for 3 shooting and an assist, leading the way alongside Robinson for TCU. And we're about to see if we can get our first guest of the day in here in just a moment. We're going to be able to do so. Right now, we're going to welcome Jason Lee. Jason, welcome into the show. Thanks for being here.
No problem, man.
I know you had told me right before you're ready for the Duke Hate Watch, and I am right alongside you in this one.
Absolutely, man.
I know the outcome of the Siena and Duke game in the first round may have been surprising. Kind of what was your thought process heading through that game, and maybe how do you think that that's going to affect Duke's mentality heading into this second round matchup?
Yeah, I mean, well, in short, if Siena had more than 5 guys play all 40 minutes, we'd be watching a Siena play TCU right now. However, that's not the case. And I feel like there's going to be some growing pains in March Madness, obviously. I mean, no team is going to – you rarely see a team go from the round of 64 all the way and just dominate, right? There's going to be some growing pains. Even if you're a 1, there's all the spotlights on you. You're the expected best team to go into this. The odds-on favorite, over 23% of brackets, which is over a fifth of all the brackets in the world, pick Duke to win this tournament. right? So all this expectation, you got Cam Boozer, who's probably going to be one of the top picks in the NBA draft. I mean, there's a lot like you want that you like to see from Duke, but problem is with all that expectation, they're going into this with all that pressure, and sometimes that's going to build up, right? So if you're Duke, I feel like forget everything that's behind you right now. That game, sure, you were down by 14 points at halftime. You come back, you win the game. Now it's a new game. Now you're in the round of 64. This is a TCU team that had a lead, a big lead at the half against Ohio State. They were in that nail biting game against Ohio State on Thursday, and it's a toss up. I mean, you got to take smart shots. You got to block the possession. You got to keep possession on your side. You can't be taking all 30 seconds of the shot clock. Things like
Right.
that. That'll get you a win easily. And who knows with what happens with St. John's tomorrow? But if Duke gets out of this one with a win, St. John's is coming, and I think St. John's is a
Yeah.
deadly team to watch.
100%. And I think that a key here for TCU, of course, their last game came down to the wire as well with the crazy ending versus Ohio State. And we're already seeing that now just heading into the U12 timeout here. That's another early foul on TCU. One right before that just allowed that 3-point possession for Duke that kind of got them the lead again before TCU was able to hit the three. But they're having some trouble defending against the Duke team that overall has played more experienced talent throughout the year, of course, being in the ACC, but also maybe has a bit more size than them in a couple areas. Do you think that that's really going to play into the outcome of this game potentially, especially when Duke went to the line 21 times last game compared to only sending Siena 6?
Yeah, I mean all these points matter. I mean, we've seen games come down to 1 point, and you got to hit your free throws. But I feel like that the amount of fouls, yes, it to me it doesn't matter. I mean, once we get to the end and the double bonuses, that's when you got to be careful of fouling versus not fouling, right?
Right.
And with TCU coming in as this they're playing a lot of aggressive basketball, and I feel like it caught Ohio State off guard. It's catching Duke off guard early on. They're taking some smart shots, and I feel like it's just the way they spread the ball. I mean, there's a lot of teams that need to keep up. I mean, TCU struggled early on in the season. They finished 23-11, and this is why they get a 9 seed. They're not at the top. They weren't a big favorite out of the Big 12, but I think that it's just anything can happen in March, right? So I mean, there's teams that just come in, they show up, they take smart shots, they play by the rules, and that'll win you these games. This isn't an 82 game season like it is in the NBA where you have to have a set strategy, right? So the way you play, it changes everything. You could completely have an off first half and come back strong. We've seen it in almost every game where one team is down by 15, 16, 17 points, and then all of a sudden with 5 minutes left, it's a 1-point game because it's just the way you change your game can alter the games in an instant.
100%. And I'll introduce you to Vince here, who's my co-host, able to hop back on. Vince, you missed a bit of kind of what we were just talking about, but kind of a recap of last time out versus Siena for Duke. We were talking about how it could have been either a wake-up call for Duke or a sign of what's to come. And I think so far it's looking that it's potentially more like a wake-up call because they've been playing, I think, better and more put together basketball, more similar to what they looked like at the end of the game as Isaiah Evans hits a three-pointer there to put Duke ahead 19-15. Jason, which of the two do you think it's going to more be for you? Because you either have the option of, Siena was a team that was looking to embarrass them, and now Duke is going to have to wake up and play far better in this game. Or on the flip side, it's going to be, okay, now Duke is going to play this kind of sloppy basketball and have the chance of being upset in the rounds to come.
Well, I mean, we'll see. I mean, again, I'll say it again that Siena was a depth chart away from playing in this game right now. Right. All those guys played all but 10 seconds of a game, and because that's all they could do. Right. And of course they were going to be gassed. I mean, no one really looked at that. Everyone looked at, oh my God, Siena almost won, and Duke's on fraud watch. But I think that in the sense of it being a wake up call, I think it absolutely is. But I feel like if you look at all the top 4 seeds, you look at Duke, you look at Michigan, Arizona, and Florida, I feel like Duke is the one that'll, out of the 4, can easily come back and say, you know what? It happened. It's over. You know what? We're still grateful to be here, and we're going to fight till the end, because that's what they're supposed to do. They're favorites. They're the favorite team. So I feel that if Duke wants to play this scrappy basketball, they just have to keep up with, the potential on the other end with a team like TCU, or any team for that matter that's to come. Like St. John's is not going to let them play this game the way they've played so far.
Mm-hmm.
St. John's is going to come at you, and St. John's on both sides of the ball is going to be a deadly team. Like I didn't have St. John. I had St. John's in this bracket right here, falling to Duke in that in the round of 16, in the Sweet 16. But who knows? Especially now, I also didn't have that matchup going like that, with the Duke Siena matchup being a 6-point game.
Right.
I said Duke was going to take care of Siena, and we're going to be here. And then we'll see we're going to see what happened with Duke and TCU. But it's a different team. I don't know what Duke team we'll get, but when Duke turns it on, like you look at a team, you look at Duke and Siena, that matchup 2 days ago, but then you look back a few months ago to the match when they played Michigan. They're playing a juggernaut, and Duke pulled away with the victory, right? Mm-hmm. They know how to play against the juggernaut teams. It just clicks. For some teams, it does. For some teams, when they know that all eyes are on them, they're playing a top contender, they know that they need to win, right? And it just happens.
Right. 100%. You can see there, Duke was able to retake the lead off of 2 made free throws. And there's going to be another turnover from Duke as well. We've seen that really plaguing both sides so far here today. Vince, as it stands right now, what are you thinking about for the outcome of this game, where Duke and, as you said, TCU have kind of been going back and forth, as you kind of predicted would be the outcome earlier?
I mean, TCU is obviously playing with, strongly. But it looks to me like Duke's going to come out here with the win. I wouldn't say, due to the fact that TCU isn't playing hard enough, which they are. Like I said, they are. They're a strong team. They were able to prove that against Ohio State when they were not really the favorite in that game. So, no, I do think Duke's going to win this. But we just have to see. And I think it's players like Punch, that I was talking about earlier with TCU. If they can limit the fouls, obviously get your rebounds and put up your points, you're fine. It's a 1-point game, and that's what, I'm not going to, don't count them out. I think it's what we should be saying as of right now.
Right. And Jason, was your bracket a little messed up after that TCU Ohio State game, or did you
Yeah, my bracket lasted about 2 hours, and then that's what happens, right? It's March. I mean, it's so hard to pick, especially the 8-9s. They are the definition of a coin toss. I mean, it was busted from the start. I'm never gonna hear the end of this one when I get back to Bloomington, where I said on one of my podcasts that I said that Wisconsin was the team to keep your eyes on, because everyone, all my media people back there, knows how much I glaze Wisconsin and glaze Nick Boyd and their offense and everything. And I had Wisconsin like going all the way, and I was like, they're gonna go toe to toe with Arizona, and watch. I wouldn't be surprised if they beat Arizona. But people say things and it works. But I feel like team to watch out for now, VCU. I feel like VCU could be a team that could even get out of this round. I mean, I took the upset out of North Carolina. They play They play Illinois today. I mean, who knows? I think Illinois, when they are on, they are arguably the most complete team in this tournament. They are the most sufficient team in this tournament. I mean, there is nothing to dislike about the way they run their offense, and I feel like Illinois could dance with any of the top 4 seeds.
Yeah. And actually, we just saw a 4-point play there from Duke, one of the weirder 3-point makes you will see as Isaiah Evans makes the 3-pointer as he is trying to leap around the defender in front of him and gets fouled. So he makes the extra point awarded to him as well. So a 27-22 lead for Duke as they are jumping out as we head into the U8 media timeout. It's going to be TCU's ball when we get back, but that is going to be an incredibly crucial possession there for Duke, potentially in the long run of this game as well. See, there's a Duke player that took a hard fall at the end there. Looks like he's going to be okay. But from Greenville, South Carolina, the 1 seed Blue Devils are holding on so far. So kind of a question that we were discussing yesterday as well is how does the Big East usually fare in these tournaments? Because the Big East, I think, is one of the most kind of volatile and out there of the top leagues in D1 basketball. And you have UConn, who's been able to dominate the game over the past couple of years. You have St. John's, who's really broken onto the scene, but then you have Villanova with their historical supremacy, but they didn't look too great.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you? I knew Utah State was going to win all along, Andrew, and you just didn't want to listen to me. I told you.
You took Villanova. You took Villanova.
Yeah.
This isn't 2015 anymore.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Everybody took Utah State. Come on.
Villanova has a soft spot for me, so I just had to, give them benefit of the doubt there, and that clearly didn't work. So, it's nice that the staff got fired during the game as well, or whatever Williard was talking about. Seems like things were going great for him over there. But yeah, I wasn't too thrilled with that one. But the other crazy thing that we were talking about earlier as well is there wasn't a single game where in the betting odds a favorite did not win yesterday, because Utah State in odds wise was the favorite despite them being the lower seed. And this is also now going to be the second year in a row where a team from the 13 through 16 seeds has not won a game in the first round. And that's also lining up exactly with where the NIL era has progressed and things like that. So, Jason, do you think that that's going to be a trend that's going to continue, or is the madness of March maybe going to continue again in some other way in years down the road?
I didn't realize that. And now looking back at it, I think High Point's the highest seed we got left, and then it's VCU, right?
Right.
I think those are the two that are all the highest we got. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting to me. Part of me thinks it's the whole NIL thing, but part of me just thinks that it just doesn't happen anymore. Like it used to. Like I think a few years ago when FDU beat I think it was Purdue. FDU when that was like when that happened, I think that was the last time that I said, like, you know what, that's the last time we're gonna see something like that, something crazy like that happen. Like UMBC when they did it, or Furman when they beat Virginia, or like years ago, ages ago when Loyola Chicago did it. They went all the way to the Final Four. Like they rewrote the whole script when they did it. But I feel like though teams just get better and better and better, but I don't know. It's more to the transfer portal too. I would like to say that transfer portal. You have a bunch of guys that want to come in and they just say, "Hey, you know what? I want to play. I want to win." And it's also not about building the strongest team on paper. It's the team that's just going to gel well. Like I'll use I know this isn't basketball, but you look at Indiana football, right? And that team had 0 5-star recruits out of high school. That team was just a bunch of guys that came together just for the love of football. And in a few years' time, it worked. it was eventually going to work, but it was how fast it was going to work. So it's not, you don't need all this, you don't need all the superstars. This isn't the NFL or the NBA where you need, Matthew Stafford and Puka Nacua on the same team for it to work. You could have to you could This is why it's March Madness. You have a bunch of guys that you never ever heard of. No one knew the name Jack Golke until he beat Kentucky. No one knew his name outside of the people that went to Oakland University or after he beat Kentucky. So there's just a bunch of you. This is a tournament where you can make a name for yourself. It's not about, scouts watching you. It's not about, it's go out there and play the game you love. And that's why people make a name for themselves. That's why these upsets happen. Because it's just a matter of who is better in that game. It's not who is better all season. No, look at Miami of Ohio. Like, granted, they had a phenomenal year, 31-1. Tennessee didn't care at all. Tennessee did not care that they were 31-1. They came in, they steamrolled them from the very beginning. Because it's just, if you are good in that moment right there.
Yeah, 100%. So you see now Duke jumping out to a 29-22 lead. I will say that kind of final couple years where there were all those Cinderella runs was a great year for the state of New Jersey, where you had Princeton and FDU and St. Peter's all kind of in that stretch, which was quite fun. But, I'm looking to see if we could get one of those teams back soon. We are already 6 minutes to go in the first half here. TCU certainly holding on and within striking distance. It's going to be a foul there against Duke. I mean, from this first half, is this kind of what you expected? And Vince, you can chime in as well. I don't know. I think that I expected it to be as close as it is right now, but maybe TCU with a little more fight in the last couple of minutes, because they really have been silent since that 4-point play kind of put them at a much larger deficit.
I mean, anything can happen in the next 6 minutes, but yeah, I mean, you're kind of right. I would expect in this case TCU to be up by maybe, or not be up, but at least have a couple more points. Kind of make it a closer game here. Duke, I think they're going to be leading at half, no matter what the score is now. But yeah, we just have to, see what happens in the next 6 minutes for sure.
100%. We are getting there. So the second free throw missed from Xavier Edmonds. So it's going to be a 6-point deficit for TCU. And there's going to be another foul against Duke, as TCU was able to grab the rebound off of the free throw miss. So that could be a big time foul there. If I don't know if that's going to be on the floor. They're showing the replay now, but so far we could take a look at the box score as well. We know that Micah Robinson was going to be the key to this game, especially with how he performed last time out. The sophomore, although he only averaged 10.7 points per game this season, he's already at 8 points and 1 rebound, and has played 11 minutes so far tonight. He is leading TCU, while on the flip side, Isaiah Evans, the sophomore at Duke, averaged 15 points per game this year, has already racked up 11, including that 4-point play that was able to really jump out the lead for Duke, as they are now up 31-23 off of another Isaiah Evans made layup. Definitely. Do you sense the tide kind of shifting much more in Duke's favor now, or is TCU just kind of making some mistakes here and they'll be back in it later?
This could be where this could be where they go on the run right here. They didn't really have a time to shine against Siena, where they went on a run until the very end, and even that wasn't even a run. It was still back and forth. They just found a way. But as we've seen with the season as a whole, when Duke gets on a run, they are an unstoppable team. I mean, it's shown throughout the season. It was shown in tight games, like against Michigan, for example. But I feel that this could be a shift. I don't know. Again, it's March. Crazier things have happened, but who knows? I think for now, though, if Duke can capitalize on this, play some D, get smart shots, smart possessions, I feel like they could run away with this one early on.
100%. My final question before we let you go here. Thank you again for hopping on with us. Do you see an upset coming with any of the games remaining tonight? I think I have potentially one that I'm hoping may happen, but I'd love to hear from you as well. Maybe if it aligns with your bracket, or if you just kind of have a feeling about any of the games.
So my brackets, we're not even gonna look at that. That's burned, and everybody, it doesn't even make sense anymore. But let's see. Biggest upset, for some reason, if if High Point can do, if there's one team that can do it again, it's High Point. Out of all the, I don't see VCU be upsetting Illinois. I think Gonzaga proved that they're for real. I think I really thought I had an inkling that when they kept it close against Kennesaw State that they were going to let that one slip. A&M looked great as well, but I still think Houston's too strong. So like out of everybody, I think High Point is the one to potentially.
I don't even know what the hell you're saying. I mean, Acup is a demon. He's a second coming of the next best guard in college basketball. I don't know what you're talking about, but no, Arkansas is gonna walk all over them. And even if Wisconsin was in this game, no, I have to disagree with you 100%.
We said Duke was gonna walk all over Siena, and look where we were. Howard kept it close with Michigan yesterday.
But who came out with the win? Duke came out with the win. So Arkansas is gonna win.
Arkansas is probably going to win, but like out of every single one that's still
VCU could beat Illinois. I mean,
VCU is not beating Illinois.
Oh, wow.
I love VCU. I glazed VCU for hours on end before making my bracket. VCU is not beating Illinois. If Illinois is as consistent as they've been all season, they're not losing to VCU.
I mean, I had Penn with the upset in the first round, and that clearly didn't.
If Penn played anybody else, I would have taken Penn. If they played anybody else, I would have taken Penn as an upset.
Personally, I think the next game up, the A&M Houston game, I mean, is just kind of interesting to me. It's two Texas teams, both with good basketball schools, good sports schools overall. I don't know. I feel something from A&M whenever you see them in a tournament, really, in any sport, that there's always going to be something there. There's a chance. I don't know. I agree with you that the High Point, just off of how they've been playing as of late, is probably still the most likely of any of the options. But I mean, if you want to pick a fake upset, then number 5 Vanderbilt over Nebraska,
Oh yeah. I mean, if you want to do that, but again, High Point proved that they just chucked up threes and it worked. So if it's a matter of Arkansas could just contain the 3-ball, that's all they have to do. But if they just let High Point go on one of those runs, that really could shock some people.
I think it's poetic that they make all those threes all season and throughout that whole game, and then they win on that fast break 2-pointer with the guy who has never made a 2-pointer before.
Exactly. I mean, it's March.
Can't draw it up any better.
It's March.
I mean, listen, anyone will do. I think any player will do anything to get points on the board, obviously. So if he had to shoot a 2 for the first time, or obviously make one, he was gonna do it no matter what. Anything to win. And I don't know if you're watching the game, Andrew, right now, but Punch is now bleeding from his nose. That's
oh my god.
I guess he took a punch. He took a punch. Yeah. So
he took a shot.
That's not good for TCU at all.
So
he's up. Look at him. One of the things. He's up. Don't worry. We're good. The TCU fans, don't worry. He's good.
Huh. Yeah. So that's going to be an interesting one. A ton of interesting games though going on tonight. I'm going to have a lot of fun watching them after this one wraps up. Yeah, I mean, Texas Gonzaga as well. You said it. I think Gonzaga has proven that they are legit enough to at least make it a couple more rounds potentially, especially past Texas, who really, even though the SEC was so great this year, was really not one of the best teams to come out of that conference. I just think VCU hasn't played a team like Illinois before. They're probably not going to fare too well, even though. And I think the UNC game can also be just chalked up to bad coaching and bad decisions all around, which were all not talked about or even really the media's questions weren't even answered about that after the game, which is kind of unfortunate because I'd love to know the actual thought process behind really anything that happened in that game for the Tar Heels, because that was just ridiculous, ridiculous ending there.
Was that the one where I saw the coach say he was going to fire all his staff and everything?
No, so that was Villanova.
That was Villanova, right? I was like, okay.
So Williard said that mid-game during a timeout, which is even worse.
Yeah,
but
he was going to fire all his staff.
Yeah, but
okay.
The UNC coach said they asked him like what was the reasoning for going to, I think it was like a 6-man rotation for most of the second half, and he just said it was my decision, and then didn't explain anything more. And,
I mean, that's all you really have to say. It's coming from the world of journalism and reporting myself. I know when I see like different organizations ask like coaches questions, and I'm like, really? You have the honor of raising your hand, and that's the question you ask? And they get mad when they're like, that was a terrible answer. I'm like, that's the answer you were gonna get. Like, what did you expect? Like, you're talking about a 6-man rotation, and that's the answer you're gonna get. What else is he gonna say? Like, he doesn't have to get technical. He's like, it was my call. I wanted a 6-man rotation. I got it.
I remember someone asked Fran McCaffrey of Penn this year. Princeton had a 16 for 16 was 16 for 16 shooting to start the second half after being down 10 or something like that going into halftime, and then they kind of ran away with it until Penn pulled a little closer at the end, but that was kind of the ball game. And someone just asked Fran, what do you do when a team you're playing goes on a 16 for 16 run? And he's like, I don't know. And that was the answer that we got. So it's kind of like,
that's the answer you should have gotten. Like,
yeah.
What do you do? Like, I don't know. I just play basketball. Like, that's because that's what you do.
Right.
That was a pretty nasty. Oh yeah. He got shot right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
We Boozer. Always Boozer. Always the Boozers. It's always them.
Vince, you saw the Boozers in high school up in Jersey, right?
Yeah. So I actually got to watch them play once. They looked pretty good. Jason Richardson's son, looked a little bit better in that game, but yeah, I did see them play in high school. Up in New Jersey at the American Dream Mall. So that was pretty cool. I never got to go to a Columbus game though, but I mean, they're dogs. Obviously one's better than the other, but they're both really good.
Yeah, for sure. I know your friends were saying he's Cam is going to drop 30 points today. I don't think that he's quite on track for that yet.
Yeah,
but
33 is the total, so definitely not happening.
Yeah. Yeah, we're at the, I guess they're counting this as the official U4 here as they're still working through some of the injuries.
Like deciding if this is like a foul or are we?
Yeah, I think they had the rules analyst just on, which, that's always so insightful, but
they don't, no one knows what they're talking about.
Oh, his dad was an MMA fighter. That checks out, actually.
Yeah, you know what? They don't want us to hear the if this is a technical or not, or any sort of foul. This is what they want to know. That we need to know that David Punch is an MMA fighter, while his kid is just questioning everything right now.
I don't know.
It didn't look any. It didn't look bad.
In my, he's putting his elbow out on a pivot. Like, I don't think
exactly. I mean, that's a basketball move. It's not, it's nothing crazy. It's not like, Ron Artest like 15 years ago where he just like absolutely drills his elbow into James Harden. But, I think it's a non-basketball. I think it's a basketball move. I think he's if he really wants a foul, then he's overreacting. Like, I think it's not really a. Let's
Oh,
see. No, that's fine. That's fine.
yeah. I think
He's pivoting. That's fine. He's about to go on a break. That's not bad at all. I think that if we're deciding if that's a foul or not, I think that's a basketball move.
I mean, something to take into consideration here. I know we're talking about the foul, obviously, but he is coming off back-to-back double doubles here. So with his game against Kansas had 24, 10, and then the game before that with Ohio State had 16 and 3. Now only having 2 and 1 heading into what would be the halftime or the second half. I just think it's things like that, Andrew, when you talk about having the fire, right? So he's not doing well, and he's one of like the main key players on this team. It's sad and it's disappointing because, that's one of the players you rely on to win in big games like this against, obviously, like Jason said, a juggernaut.
Yeah. And maybe this will be the moment that will light some fire under him when he eventually does get to return, because TCU could really use that. And they did give him the tech.
Oh, that's well. Ball don't lie. He missed the free throw. Ball don't lie. Ball don't lie. Then ball don't lie. Okay, that's what they say. Okay. But yeah, I mean, if he's not having a good game on the numbers right now, but I feel that's what you kind of expect when you kind of move on, especially in tournaments like these. They take note of who's your best player, and that's why teams that have like just a consistent starting five where everyone's consistently doing well, those are the teams that'll be in the end, because they're not one guy's the star, and then of course all the defense is going to be on that one guy.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of if the other four guys on the floor are going to step up. So we'll see. I mean, it's a 7-point game right now. And
yeah.
Oh, my Five Guys is getting here right now.
And I don't know if you saw.
Wow. Shout out Five Guys. You know what? Shout out Five. What's the order? What's the order right now?
Oh,
What's the Five Guys order?
Listen, I had to do it because they got to buy one, get one free. I just got a cheeseburger with pickles and ketchup and cheese, obviously.
It's like valid.
That's simple.
It's valid.
That's I mean, you can't go wrong with that. It's
Right.
buy one, get one too. It's
no
Five Guys.
milkshake though, sadly. So
Oh.
You didn't get a milkshake at Five Guys?
Nah. Listen, I went to Shake Shack yesterday. Got a shake. So
Shake Shack's so good. Shake Shack is amazing.
I don't know if you saw yesterday at the Wright State game, but their two leading scorers for basically the entire game, I think, combined to average like 12 points per game the entire season, which was like, that's why they were in that game for so long, because they were having random, like, great, fantastic performances all around.
Oh my God. Oh my God, no. Yeah. Oh wow. That's you know what? That's Duke for you. That is Duke basketball with what you're about. Yeah. That is Duke basketball. 1000%. That is Duke basketball with what just yeah. It's aggression.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got the ball right to the midsection from trying to keep it in play. I mean, that's yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I wouldn't just say do basketball. I think that's just hustle, though, right? So
that is. I mean,
I think any team would probably have that in them.
Oh God.
But obviously, Duke has, history of.
Duke is Duke. Like, I mean, they did this all with like when Zion was there, when Coach K and
Leitner.
They did this.
Don't even forget Leitner. Leitner, I feel like, has the most.
Leitner, the
poise.
GOAT. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
in terms
it's
of
just it's one of those programs, man. I mean, we don't see it as often like with Kentucky anymore. Like Kentucky used to be like racking up national championships left and right, and now they're not really. I mean, they got out of a game against Santa Clara mainly thanks to a buzzer beater. So it's very interesting to note there. I mean, 2 minutes to go. Yep. All right. Contact. It's a tight game. I mean, TCU is like slowly finding a way to close the gap on possessions. So we might get close to a tie ball game at half.
That would be a dream scenario here.
I know you want it so bad, Andrew. I know you want the Horned Frogs.
Let me check I need to check what round I actually chose them to lose in, because I don't think it was this round.
TCU. I took Ohio State yesterday because I really
Yeah,
thought they were.
I took Ohio State yesterday.
Yeah, I mean,
It's things like where you fall for propaganda, and that's kind of what I did. And so, all the TikToks were like, "Oh, you got to choose Ohio State."
It's
Because
fantastic.
they have more
propaganda.
veterans. So
The
that's kind of
word
what I've been saying.
propaganda used in March Madness. That's a new one. Okay.
I've been saying that
Propaganda.
recently because it's true. No, I've just been falling for a lot of things, and I don't enjoy it, and I wish I didn't, and I kind of wish I went with my own desires, my own heart.
I fall for a lot of things. Like I fall for. I mean, I don't listen to Mel Kiper on NFL Draft Night. I refuse.
Oh no! No!
I refuse to listen to him.
That's the one thing
He should have left. He should have left 18 years ago when Jimmy Clausen wasn't a good quarterback because he said he was going to leave, and he's still here. I don't agree with anything he says. I mean,
listen, the media will lie to you sometimes, but you just got to choose the right people.
He says Fernando Mendoza will go number 1. I agree with that. Other than that, I don't agree with anything. I agree with Fernando Mendoza.
You could say that. You could say that, but then also, add on to the fact that he might not even be that good, right? So a lot of people are saying that Mendoza's not going to be that good. I've heard that before.
Mendoza's not going to be that. I mean, I don't know. We'll see what the Raiders do.
I just don't like how people hype up certain quarterbacks. To be honest with you, like they were hyping up Malik Willis, coming into the NFL.
I loved Malik Willis. Oh,
loved him. Listen, everyone loved him. The same thing can be said for Matt Corral, right? That same draft class. So, what happened there,
was
right?
Good,
right? So what happened there? With injuries and things like that. So it just really depends. And the same thing can be said for basketball too. I mean, just in certain drafts. So I don't know. It just depends. Like I think the Boozer twins will probably end up both going to the NBA. But
I think they will.
It just depends. I mean, think about it like this: like Bronny James got drafted. Should he have been drafted? Probably not. Nepotism is a real thing. So
nepotism is a real thing. I've noticed that nepotism is a real thing.
If you have a connection, in terms of family or someone's putting you out there, you can make it in life, and that's the truth.
Yeah, I mean,
so
I didn't realize Bryce James is on Arizona until like 2 days ago.
Right. I mean,
I didn't even realize he was on that team. I'm like, wait,
oh my God,
he's on Arizona?
Before this, I saw someone breaking.
I saw breaking
down his I saw someone breaking down his like bench, like what he does on the bench. He's like, Bryce James is the best player Arizona has ever have. He's standing up the entire game. He gets his hands up before anyone else. You can see here he slaps his friend on the back. Beautiful. And he's like analyzing and breaking down everything he does.
I really wish that Ray Allen had missed that shot like 10 years ago. If Ray Allen missed that shot, we wouldn't be talking about this at all. Ray Allen missed that shot.
Oh,
he should have. Oh, we had a 2-point game. Okay,
let's go.
Yo, Andrew, get hyped! Get hyped! It's happening. It's happening. Half these people aren't even here for this game because like 3 games play at each stadium.
Yeah.
Half these people are in orange, so like they're here for the next game anyway. Like nobody cares about this game. Like that first game against TCU Ohio State. No one was there for that game. It was all blue in that crowd because everyone wanted to go watch Duke. So, I mean, who knows? We got some time. 50 seconds. I mean, who knows what TCU does?
All right, so that's the first free throw then for Duke. So 3 points.
Oh, he's back. All right, he's back. So that's good.
Oh, good. All right, punches back in. And 2 free throws made. So it's back to a 4-point game. It's going to be TCU's ball with under a minute to go in the first half.
I mean, we'll see. I feel TCU can do something. I feel there's a lot of people that do not. I mean, all the bettors want Duke to win, obviously.
All right, so Duke's gonna come down. Yeah, Duke's going to come down with that one after missed shot from Harding.
Yeah, I feel like if you're going to miss a shot, you got to get up. You got to get up.
Bro, my order's downstairs. I'll be right back.
We're waiting on Five Guys. You know what? Can we get a sponsor by Five Guys?
Yeah. That'd be
Can we get a
fantastic.
sponsor? Sports coverage podcast sponsored by Five Guys. Like, just give them a promotion. Give them a free shake at Five Guys. Hell, I'll take that. I mean, that's what we'll do. Yeah, we'll promote it. We'll promote it at camp. We'll promote it at
100%.
camp. We'll
100%.
promote the show at camp, guys.
you
This
don't
is the show you're gonna watch.
you don't even know how much DoorDash is about to be ordered in that 1 week. It is.
Oh my God.
insane.
It's because I'm gonna stay because I've heard that's honestly better for me. Like, granted, I live like 10 minutes away from Montclair State on a good day, but I'm like, you know what? It's actually not a bad idea. Like, at first I was like, when I was talking to Steve about it, I was like, you know what? That's a stupid idea. Why am I thinking about staying a week? And then I was like, you know what? I don't have to drive every day. I don't have to waste gas every day. They
You get to
feed
be-
me.
you
I get
be
to
a,
wake up. I get to bang on kids' doors and wake them up.
you get to
Be a
wiffle
drill
ball guy.
sergeant. Wiffle ball. I get to play wiffle ball.
It's the
I get
greatest
to-
time. It's the greatest time
yeah.
ever.
How much DoorDash is gonna? Hey, I have a car. We'll drive 10 minutes to Fairfield and go to Canes. We'll go to Canes at 1 a.m.
Oh my God,
We'll
there's
go
a
to Canes.
Oh,
There's a
it's so
Canes
great.
20 minutes away now. I come back to Jersey and there's a Canes. It's blessed.
Oh.
I go to Canes, I kid you not, twice a week.
Yeah,
It's twice a week. I try to do it. Like, it's just right there. Cause like where I work mostly with media stuff, and then the main Ave is right there, and then there's just the Canes. And it's like the perfect time where I have like an hour and a half to myself, and I'm like, there's a Canes down there. And it's like $12. And it's like so worth it. But yeah, how much DoorDash is gonna be on there? No. Okay, that's the half. You know what? That's a good half. That's a good half from TCU, honestly. That's a good half. If they could keep it within 4 or 5 points, I feel that is. But yeah, there's gonna be. I'm DoorDashing at least twice in that week. DoorDash will be called. It will be called. DoorDash will be called. I'm gonna be like, yeah, I don't want to eat no college food. I've had enough college food I've had enough dining hall food. I can have some college food. It's so funny because at the other camp I do, the food they get is from the college as well. And those kids think it's the greatest food in the world. I'm like, really? Really? Wait till you get to college and you actually have that food full time. You're gonna be sad. I promise you. You're gonna be sad in a week. You're gonna be crying for DoorDash. You're gonna be crying for Chick-fil-A.
Want to shout out Brianna. Thanks for the sub. And yeah, let's go TCU.
Let's go TCU. Yeah, let's go TCU. You know, they'll fight. Horned Frogs fight. I mean, they made a national championship in football 3 years ago. Let's acknowledge that. I don't care what the score was. I don't know what the score was. It was like, 65-7. But hey, Max Duggan gave it a shot. All right. Max Duggan beat Michigan. That's all that matters. Okay. Max Duggan beat Michigan. And nobody knows who he is anymore.
Yeah.
Who he is. Like,
But yeah, it's halftime. See if we get Vince in here. I think I actually have to go in a little bit, but when he gets back, we can hopefully wrap this one up. Not quite sure what happened.
Five Guys. Hey, I'm having a great time. This is a good show. Oh, there we go. He's got a burger. Ladies and gentlemen, he has got a burger. He doesn't look satisfied, though. He doesn't look happy. He does not look like he. Oh, you know what? He's smiling.
We good?
Oh my God.
It's a good burger, isn't it?
Yo, man. I might be off to the side for a second because I gotta enjoy this so much.
Wait, Vince, I was just telling him about
the burger.
I was just telling him about the door dashing that we do at play-by-play camp.
Oh yeah, man. So yeah, ordering food at camp is just honestly the best. It's not even that cold too, so I've always enjoyed it. But yeah,
that's yeah, it'll be interesting. It's my first. It'll be my first summer with you guys.
Sadly, I won't be there. I won't be there this summer, but I love going the last couple of years. So
Andrew's got to make friends. Andrew's got to make
Nah,
friends now.
Andrew's
I
fine.
got it.
The thing
I've-
is, so a lot of our friends are going to Philly,
Fifth
so
time's the charm.
it's Philly and Jersey. Yeah, so
Your
Um,
5th year.
Mm-hmm.
Your fifth.
Yeah.
Wait, no,
Have you had enough yet? Like your 5th year?
no, listen. I would love to go back to camp. I love it so much. I want to go back so bad, but
It's that fun. Huh? I've heard
it's amazing.
It sounds like it's a lot better than my camp that I you
Nah,
wouldn't
play
want.
by
You wouldn't
play
want
camps
to
is
go.
amazing, man.
I mean, like, sure, it's a lot more hype, but like, I
Oh.
teach more.
No,
Not
trust
wanting
me,
to-
and I don't want to glaze myself or say anything or be like all cocky, but like the reason why wiffle ball was fun was always because of me. Like I made it more than what it should have been, and so
Oh,
I had a
yeah,
team
yeah.
name, I had
I'll
chance.
send you some pictures
so-
after the live, Jason, of our last couple of years of wiffle ball, because it is
Wiffle
So
ball,
it
yeah.
kind of the camp obviously is about obviously learning the broadcasting scheme of things, but me and Andrew kind of already facilitated that with the podcast, so we didn't really need any of that. But the overnighters like that those are the people that actually enjoy the camp.
the boys.
Like-
We've met, like, some of our best friends we met
Yeah,
at
so
camp. I mean, we met at camp.
the whole point, like I met Andrew, like it's all about making connections and friends and
We're just
friendships
going to
last a long
acknowledge
time.
that Vince. We're just going to acknowledge that Vince just said earlier that they don't need this camp because they started a podcast. They don't need this camp. So I'm expecting Andrew. You're going to be there this summer. I'm expecting you to be the 16-year-old version of Kevin Burkhardt and Joe Buck. And
Oh,
Joe
don't.
Davis.
Well,
I'm
I don't
expecting
know.
you to be. I'm gonna.
I don't know if I agree with Vince's take there.
I'm gonna be like, all right, that was.
I'm not saying we don't
Good
listen.
job,
I'm not
kid.
saying we don't need. I'm not saying we don't need camp. I'm just saying like we've already kind of.
We have time. We have time for the finer things that the camp has to offer.
The finer things in life. Okay, the finer things.
Because we do it year. I mean, we've been able to do it year round, so it's like some
They're
kids
going,
are too. So listen, some kids are too afraid to start a podcast, or like obviously maybe they don't have the time. So that's something me and Andrew were fortunate to do, and that's why for us it's just amazing. We've been able to grow, and if you look at the first episode, I mean, we sound like squeakers.
Everyone does for some reason. It's
So
a talent.
Yeah, we've grown.
Yeah,
everyone sounds like a squeaker on podcasts. I mean, hey, Andrew, I'll give you. I'm not really supposed to say this, but it's not like it's against the rules of the world. But for camp this year, you guys went to Yankee Stadium last year.
I wasn't actually. I only did Philly last year, but I'm excited to be back for Jersey.
You're going to Jersey. We're going to on a Thursday. We're going to Citi Field, and you guys are going to do a Mets game. You guys are gonna do a. You guys are gonna do a
I'll
Mets
tell
game.
you. I'll tell you what happened the last time we did a Mets game.
It's against Bobby Witt. Bobby Witt.
Oh, that's fine then. I'll take that. But
it's Bobby Witt and the Royals are coming to town. It's an afternoon game. It's Bobby Witt and the Royals.
The last time we did a Mets game, it was 96 degrees outside.
Oh no!
On an unair conditioned bus, and
for an hour and a half. Oh my god!
No. You would think it would be an hour and a half. It was 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Oh my god! Remember the drive there?
Buses don't.
No, the drive there was just horrible. I hated it.
It took 2 hours.
All 100 of you on one bus?
Two buses, I think.
You by age, right?
No, and then don't be one of those counselors that like forces you to wear like the shirt they give you because the quality is horrible.
We're preparing.
Wait, they force you to wear shirts?
Yeah, when we go to like the trips, and they're like heavy cotton, so we were like dying on the bus, which was good.
Oh yeah, I have these shirts because I coach my baseball team. I have one of those shirts on right now. Yeah, I get you. I mean, buses depends on there's some buses that like I've been on some quiet buses. I'm sure this is not a quiet bus.
No, it's a school bus.
I'm sure this is not going to be a quiet hour and 45-minute bus ride.
Oh, not at all.
Not at all. Got it. I hope I don't get sprayed with water like I do for baseball.
No, you would want it. You would want to get sprayed with water on this.
It's that bad, huh?
Yeah. But you should. We need to make sure. So Liam, is our favorite counselor that we met year one. And he did.
I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna change that.
Never. I love Liam to death.
And he's done all the camps, but he is our wiffle ball captain every year. We've won 4 straight championships.
Yeah.
But it's always 2 counselor teams. So if you would like to join his team, we are taking auditions.
All right, but hold on. This is the thing. So hold on. Listen.
Yes.
So
We take this very seriously.
yeah, we take it seriously, and so it's kind of sad that I'm not going to be there for the first time, but we can't say the name of the team on live just because for obvious reasons. But you'll learn the chants, you'll learn the team name. Hopefully I can be like on call during the games and like actually hype up the crowd or hype up the team. Because I was always in control of the walk up songs. Like no one else did that, so I loved it. But
I mean, there's walk up songs. You guys have walk up songs.
No. That was just my team.
Okay, wait. I'm sending you some pictures right now of us at camp last year. It's a vibe.
Okay, I will definitely look right now while we're on our halftime show.
Yeah.
Starting Red Bulls. Cool. They're probably gonna lose. But okay, wiffle ball. Okay. All right, I got this. What the? Okay, this is like the World Baseball Classic. Jesus.
Andrew, send it to me.
It's the pictures of us like after the chip and stuff.
Oh yeah, we had our flag. I have the flag actually.
Do you still have it?
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah,
the flag. Oh my god. Vince looks like he just got. Vince just looks like he walked off the 12 years of war.
Here you go. Here it is.
Oh, in the flesh, it is the flag.
Well, no, hold on. That's not the flag, but it's like it was the flag before the flag. So we ended up like drawing on it and adding a bunch of stuff to it.
Well,
so that's what it became.
The story of the flag is even better. We went to a Club World Cup game with Fluminense from Brazil the day before we went to camp. And we walked up to a random Brazilian guy that was handing out all these flags and asked him for them. And he gave it to us.
And he gave you a flag, and that's the flag now?
Yeah.
Yeah, wiffle ball. All right, I'll look forward. Is that like an every night tradition? God knows what you people do at night in a dorm.
Don't let Zeke like control anything though. That's like
I've
Zeke
heard
doesn't know how to run
Steve
anything.
To do that. Steve told me that
coming to Jersey. Zeke's not coming to Jersey.
Oh, all right, then you're good. You're fine.
Zeke's not Jersey boy. Okay, he's not coming to Jersey. Yeah, Steve gave me a rundown on everything.
Really? All right. Well,
Steve's also not coming to Jersey, but
Steve's not coming to Jersey.
Also, Jeremy's going. Steve
always does Chicago. Steve has never done Jersey.
Yeah, Steve. Yeah, Steve does Chicago.
Steve's never gone to Jersey. Damn it.
No,
he
does Chicago.
He talked to me for 5 minutes about desserts and how much he likes desserts.
Oh yeah.
He talked to me about pastries for 5 minutes and different kinds of pastries that he likes. I'm like, okay, this is I guess it's good. Like God knows. Right, so what else besides?
I don't know if I agree with the fact that he's telling his his employers this like about his food reviews. I mean they record him all the time. You've probably seen some videos of him like eating a brownie.
Yeah, he showed me a couple of videos of him eating pastries and cake, and he's like, I'm not hungry, and then he tries it and he's like, oh, this is actually really good. I'm like, okay, great. God knows what you guys do in dorms. Oh my god. I'm gonna hear a 10-year-old running up the hallway at 3 o'clock.
We bring Xboxes. That's kind of our main
yeah, so it's like an attraction. We probably have the best dorm every year.
Oh, so you're the party room.
So, so we have like all the food. Everything's organized. The only thing about last year, it smelled. Wait, Andrew, can I curse really quick? It smelled like shit. It smelled like shit on everything. It smelled like shit. That was the most disgusting room. Like I loved it last year. Camp last year was amazing.
Vince went and slept in other people's beds.
Because I genuinely just couldn't deal with the smell. Because
of
people
the party room.
No, listen. Because people would bring like their shoes that were wet from wiffle ball, dirty. It was horrible.
We had to implement a shower policy.
Yeah, we are.
What are you guys gonna do about that?
Well, the thing is, I don't know. Listen, hold on.
The dorms in Jersey have their own showers and stuff.
Listen, I don't know how Andrew's gonna do this year, but we always have like a main group of friends at camp. I don't know who's actually going to Jersey this year, so it just depends. But I think Andrew,
we're gonna be good.
Oh, then Andrew's gonna be fine.
Yeah, I feel Yeah, dude, I will say, yeah, dorms are, I mean, they're attached. I know Montclair State has the dorms that are attached, like the bathrooms
Yeah.
there. So that shouldn't be like the worst. Like I don't know who I dead ass
Oh, Villanova.
might like
Villanova was
shower
horrible.
for. Oh, is
Yeah.
that Philly?
Yeah.
Because we
It's
were in the
Philly. What
old.
do you expect out of Philly?
Hold on. No. I love the camp. I would choose Villanova over Montclair any day. But it was just the idea of, having to leave your room, going showering, at whatever time so early. It
Yeah.
was just a pain, and I honestly did not like it at all. But I love Villanova, so it was
All right.
fun.
Unfortunately, guys, I have to head out. I don't know, Vince, if you know how to keep this going or how to like end it, but you guys can keep going if you're up for it.
Listen, I mean, I'm probably just gonna keep eating, but yeah, I mean, I'm down.
He's gonna keep eating, food
Wait,
reviews.
Vince, do you have like the end stream button and stuff?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
It's gonna be food reviews with Vince.
That's all. We kind of already do that, so don't worry.
We're gonna talk about
yeah.
burgers.
We have a food review from the WBC coming out soon on Instagram, so make sure you check that out when that's out.
A food review? Like, wait, you went to Miami?
I was in Miami for spring break last week.
You went to Miami. Okay, you went to Miami. Oh, your spring break was last week?
Last week and this week, and then Vince
Oh.
lives in Miami, so
Oh, Vince is a Miami boy.
yeah. So
I
right,
could
well-
tell by the vibes of the room.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, Jason. I hope you enjoy whatever conversations may ensue with Vince if you guys choose to keep it going.
Yeah, no problem.
But yeah, go TCU.
Go TCU, exactly.
It's not gonna
Alright,
happen. I
see
think
you
Duke's gonna
Have a
win.
good
So
night.
We'll wait till he gets out of here. I think Duke's gonna win too.
yeah, man. And listen, so I do a group with my friends. Everyone chose Duke to win. I'm the only one that chose Arizona because I've been saying this recently. It's the Arizona Invitational. I just think Duke. I don't think Duke's gonna win the whole thing, but a lot of my friends do. And if they don't win today, TCU knocks them off. That'd just be funny, to be honest.
I feel like it is. Arizona could be if it's not Duke, then I think it's Arizona. I don't think Michigan or Florida have a chance to win this. I don't think Florida does not impress me really. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean,
Who
Florida's my team. So I mean, honestly, it's like kind of sad that I didn't even choose them in any of my 75 brackets. So
75 brackets?
yeah,
Why?
I wanted to win, and I got knocked out first time.
Surely you're gonna have a perfect bracket, right? It's still remaining.
No, not at all. I'm like top
Not at all.
200,000, top 200,000 in the world. My best bracket.
Yeah.
My
You know
worst bracket's
what?
like 18 million or something like that.
Your worst bracket's ranked 18th million.
Yeah.
That's tough, man.
I had high
I don't
hopes
know.
too. Because I chose Troy. I chose a lot of these teams that
I thought
You
about
just
Troy, and
wouldn't
then I was
expect
like,
to win.
I thought about Troy, and then I didn't really think about Troy.
no, I mean I just didn't believe in Nebraska.
I
to be
picked.
so honest.
Oh my god! I wish that video is like actually recorded on one of my shows. I was asked. It was a March Madness panel, and everyone was like, "Name your biggest upset of the tournament." And somebody went on a rant set before us that Gonzaga was gonna make a run to the Elite Eight. And then I was like, you know what? Just for views, let me screw around and be like, you know what? I went on a rant saying dogs bite, but owls fly. And owls are smarter than dogs. And I went on this huge rant why Kennesaw State was so special, and they almost won.
Kennesaw State's not that good though.
They almost won. Hey, I love Kennesaw State. I love the Owls, man.
We actually
I
got
love my Owls.
we got one of the coaches for the football previous coaches for the football team. Their first year of, I believe, FBS. Right before the first year of FBS, we got him on the podcast. Super cool guy. I know him personally, and he kind of broke it down for us a lot about the college, and the history that they come from, it's pretty neat. I mean, I'm a big supporter of Kennesaw State, but they're just not that good. That's the truth, right? So I wasn't gonna choose them in any of my brackets, and I didn't. I mean, Gonzaga is just, Gonzaga.
Yeah, I mean Gonzaga's Gonzaga. I feel like they were on the tight ropes going in, and I was like, you know what, they might lose, they might win. I don't know. I mean, I feel like they could contend. We'll see what happens with the second half. Here I feel, but I think who knows. So wiffle ball this year, it's gonna like be honored in your name.
Oh yeah.
It'll be honored in your name.
Listen, it's just like it's a religion. It's not even.
Right. It is a religion. I mean, who
Let me try finding a
knows?
video. I want to try finding videos of this because it was fun, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I mean, like there's definitely I've never been at an overnight camp before, so it's gonna be very interesting. What is like the curfew time, like 10, 11?
Oh yeah, so it's really 11, but they don't really. I shouldn't curse. They don't care where you are. I mean, well, no, they do actually. They care that you're in anyone's dorm, so you can be in any dorm and they don't care. So it doesn't have to be your own. Like Andrew said, I slept in other dorms, so
We need to we need to have poker nights as counselors, so we need to
oh
have our
yeah.
poker nights. So you need to go to bed. We need to have our poker nights.
Listen, the counselors, they kind of do their own thing. I mean, obviously, like we're all together during wiffle ball and sports like that, but no, I mean they do their own thing at night, and we don't bother them at all. So
Yeah, we need
but
to play.
I would give you some advice though. I mean, obviously your first year counseling.
For this, yeah, for this
Right.
camp
So yeah, I
specifically.
mean for play camps, I mean I would just give you the best advice. Trust me, like you want to be liked by the kids. Like Liam, like for example, like he was like Andrew was explaining, like Liam was loved by everyone, at least like me and my friends, because like he's just so chill. And like if you actually talk to the kids, like it's not like you just can't be scared. Like I'm not even I know I'm younger than you, but just like from a perspective, like as a camper, like just be friends with everyone and you're so it's gonna be so fun. Like
Yeah,
there's gonna be sometimes where you just don't like people. Like I actually didn't like a lot of my fellow campers, but I didn't really care. I mean, you don't have to be involved with what they
no,
do and
obviously
who they
not.
hang out
Yeah,
with, right? So
yeah,
but
like the other
Andrew,
camp.
I know Andrew got it under control though. So whoever he's hanging out with, you got to be with him because he's like I love Andrew so much, and obviously he had to
Yeah,
go, but
like I'll try to be like with the older kids, like when you guys rotate through things, because I feel
oh
like
no, don't be with the little kids. They just don't even know how to talk. It's like
they don't know how to talk. Like yeah, because like the other camp it's so different. Like the same premise, broadcasting sports, blah blah blah, but it is so like they take it so seriously. It's like I almost have to put on two different people like for this because like they take it so seriously. They have like you're not broken up by level, you're like age, you're broken up by like your skill level, which is like odd
skill
to
level.
me.
I've never heard. Yeah, I've never heard of that. So
Yeah,
I mean,
like you cannot,
age, right?
and it's the age range
Or
is
you go
the
with your
same.
friends. Or you go with your friends. Because to be honest with you, some of the times it's like one of your friends will be really good at it, and then to be so honest with you, you'll suck, right? So it's like you do so good, and then you'll be paired up with two other people, and then they're horrible. So there's always going to be one person that's really good, and then other people that are just really bad at it, or maybe the same
Yeah.
level. Like for example, me and Andrew when we first did I remember our first ever segment, like we clicked obviously, but thing is with Andrew was more of like he's more the main type of guy, right? So whenever we do these live streams, he's the play-by-play guy, and I'll add on to it. So that's kind of just how it is, and I guess the game started now. TCU. Listen. I didn't even see the score going into halftime. They just missed a three. The putback is no good. Oh God, no, that's crappy basketball. We're just
Yeah,
witnessing right now.
that's not a good start. And now you're just leaving Punch open for a three, and he's not even gonna knock it down.
Yeah, right. So
Like,
that's not
that is an awful
how.
40 seconds by TCU. That is an awful possession.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're down, you need the points, right? So that's what
This
we've been
isn't an
talking about.
urgent thing. Like 19 minutes is a lot in basketball. See, there's a okay.
Oh, that's not. I guess. Yeah, at least get the
No,
ball
I
next
mean,
time.
it's definitely interesting. Like we'll see what the message was in the message was in the locker room for TCU, obviously. But I will say though that Duke needs to, this is like coming out of the gate strong. I feel like that's that. The Cam and Caden 41 total in the first round. 4 points combined in the first half.
Right. So I mean, they're containing their best player, but they're letting other guys on that Duke squad really have more of an impact. So it's like, obviously, stop the boozer if you want, but make sure you don't let anyone else get kind of an edge on the offensive side of the ball. So I think that's what we really need to take consideration if you're TCU here. And Boozer, just, oh man, I
Foul.
mean,
Nope, shot clock.
yeah,
This is
shot
bad
clock.
possessions on both teams.
So
This is
that's just a horrible way to start the second half here from both
yeah.
squads. But yeah, I mean, getting back to camp though. So we can switch topics, obviously. What were we talking about? We were talking about
Groups
football, right?
and
Groups, right? So yeah, I mean, there's obviously going to be certain groups where also it's like you want to be with your friends, right? So for me and Andrew, it was like we kind of clicked because we were in the same group for the first time, and it was really based off of like age, but we had so much chemistry our first ever segment, and that's when me and Andrew really became like best friends. So I mean, it led to what it is now, the podcast, and even though we've stopped for a good amount of time, we always love to come back to it and obviously broadcast live or do clips and episodes or whatnot. So. Nah, but having a friend like that at camp is obviously gonna like be amazing. So for my first year at camp, I actually went with my best friend. He's not interested in broadcasting. He only went to provide me company, and that is just gonna be a beautiful offensive drive right here by TCU.
Wow.
Right,
Yeah,
so
coming out of the gate
on the
strong.
2-on-1, kind of looked like a hockey play right there, right? I mean, just what a way to finish by the Horned Frogs and Duke. Looking to regain
Coming
position
back,
here on
corner
the offensive
three,
side of the
and
ball.
terrible. That's not even a good look. They can't just do that. Like, this isn't. I
Just a
would
force
say
game,
this
I would
isn't
say,
against like a 16 team, but this is also a team that was getting destroyed for a second by a 16 team. So it's very interesting. Like, fast paced. This is good passing. That's a good pass. That's a terrible shot. It just ends horribly. Like, TCU's got good drives. That's a wow. Oh my. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Punch, no foul. Okay. This is okay. Wow. Okay. This is just sloppy basketball right here. Are we gonna get a point? Nobody. Oh my god.
Yeah, that is not
Oh
the
my
shot
god.
you want to put up. And
Reset.
luckily they
Yeah,
got
this
the
is
rebound,
smart.
right? So reset if you're TCU in this situation.
Reset this whole play. You got 12 seconds. Use all of it if you have to. This is okay. Come on. That's oh my god. All right, good board there. No, yeah, that's all ball. That's good. You know what? There you go. That's tie game. We got there. It took 3.5 minutes, but there's another turnover. Oh
right,
wow.
And if you're Duke in the situation, I think you call timeout, right? Because you just gave up the lead. You were up by 4 heading into what would be halftime here.
There it is.
Yeah, right. So exactly.
Wow.
You call the timeout here. TCU now leading for the first time since 9 minutes and 48 seconds of the first half. Just, I wouldn't even say incredible basketball by, Punch and this TCU team because they have been playing sloppy the second half, but obviously Duke is playing a lot worse in terms of turnovers. So obviously we're going to head into the timeout break and, we can continue talking about camp here. I'm actually going to show you a video that I have of camp. This is pregame. I believe our final. Let me just show you really quick.
Oh my god, it's gonna be a speech, isn't it? Pre-game speech.
Yeah.
Pre-game prayer, pre-game speech. I love my country. This is my city. Oh my God, the flag's been planted. The flag's been planted.
Wait, let me see what else was said. Oh yeah, wait, hold on. So we would plant the flag behind home plate, and then it would just be, we would choose captains before the game. So that little kid that you saw, shout out to the Twin Chat reporters. Don't believe they're watching this, but they're also really talented. Little kids actually. They're 10 years old, and they
Yeah.
so they're amazing. I think they go to a lot of camps. They went to maybe like 4 play-by-play camps last year, so they're all around. They'll probably end up in Jersey because they love Philly, they love Jersey, and
They
we
went to our
definitely
camp last year as
really.
well.
So yeah, so I mean they're amazing kids. I believe Cooper was on our team though, and yeah, so just amazing. I loved him being the captain. He just had the fire, and he would have a serious face, honestly, when we would talk about you know when we no when we would choose teams, obviously. So like when a bad thing would happen in the game, so he would always have like a serious face. He'd be like pretty straightforward with certain things. Let me try to find another video. Hold on.
That's crazy. That's
Oh, yeah, look, the
wild.
speech. Yeah, you're talking about the speech. Look. Win. Win.
He's
Yeah,
so
so-
serious.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
This
about.
is a
Serious. So
fired
Liam
up.
actually didn't go to camp last year, so we didn't have a coach, and so we actually said we don't want a counselor coaching us because we were gonna do it ourselves. We ended up winning the championship. We just took it to another level. We're the complete opposite of both these teams that we're watching here live. But yeah, we took account for what we were missing, obviously without a counselor. But yeah, just getting back into the game here, obviously, after the timeout, Duke coming out strong. Their first field goal in the last 9 minutes. And
Yeah.
obviously, a lot of talking in that timeout break. Hopefully, they can do the same these next 15 minutes. We see here that TCU has 20 points in the paint and Duke being 18. This isn't really a 3-point shootout. It's kind of in the middle.
No, it's definitely
half.
not.
Right. So we've seen that a lot with High Point, for example. Their 3 ball is amazing. So and a
Yeah.
big turnover here.
That would be interesting. Like if High Point ever played Duke, like if we ever got to the whoa,
That is a scary play right there.
That's
Definitely reset.
That's a foul. We'll start there. We'll start basic. That's a foul. Yeah, he knows it too. But yeah, it'll be interesting. Like it's interesting to think about. Like a team like is so like efficient from the 3 ball as High Point is. Like how Duke could contain that or something. Like we're really taking a timeout for this. All right, timeout. It's 40-40. We got to a tie game, and Chipotle is now sponsored.
Yeah, I don't know why Chicken Apple Store's back when we should be adding. I forgot what everyone talks about. They want to add this one chicken back. I forgot what it was. What's it called? No, I forgot what it's called.
Yeah, chicken. Yeah, chicken. I mean, Chipotle is good, man. Chipotle.
I mean, listen. So I actually went to the buy one get one free the other day, and I just like.
I love my BOGOs at school, dude. I love my BOGOs.
I had one, right? So I finished my first one, then I was digging into my second one, and I just couldn't do it.
Not good.
I just got sick of it. I haven't ate Chipotle in a while.
It's a commitment. I mean, even just getting a burrito on like the regular is
no.
Don't
Do burritos. You got to do bowls. If you're gonna,
you got to do bowls. You
gotta do bowls now. You gotta do bowls now with the side tortilla and ask for a water cup and then get a lemonade.
That's exact. Okay. I'll start getting the lemonades, but I do bowl side tortilla.
Yeah, ask for a water cup. Ask for a water cup, and then you're fine. You're good.
Yeah, like I feel like Chipotle is good. It's just I think sometimes their portions are not like their portions are whack, man.
Right. So then, I mean, I live in Miami, right? So we have a lot of options when it comes to food. So, like I said, I mean, I had Shake Shack yesterday. I had Five Guys today. So, there's just I had Kava too yesterday. Kava's so good.
Kava's good, man. Kava's good.
Right. So I would actually prefer Kava over Chipotle right now. It's just a lot more clean. I love clean eating, even though I'm eating a burger and fries right now. Should not really be talking, but the hypocrite I am, I still enjoy eating kind of dirty sometimes. But no, Kava is good for, obviously their brand. I think it's better than Chipotle right now, to be honest with you. But
Yeah, Kava's good, man. Like I had their bowls a lot. I've gotten their bowls before. It's pretty good. It's pretty solid.
yeah, right. And it's actually kind of cheap. I was like kind of confused on how it was cheaper than Chipotle when it's better ingredients, cleaner. You can see obviously you can see Chipotle's kitchen, but it looks like a lot more is going down in Kava. So that's why
a lot more is going down. The mission's going down in Kava.
Yeah, I mean, you can see how fresh it is. I'm not gonna. We shouldn't be debating that, but yeah, I mean, I don't know if Liam is actually going to camp this year in Jersey because Andrew, he had told me when he said that he was gonna go to Jersey. I'm like, what? We're not going to Philly this year? So yeah, he's going to Jersey camp, and I don't know if Liam is, but hopefully they keep my team alive. I started that first year. And I love my squad. I can't say the names just because it's inappropriate, but it's not in English. It's in Spanish because I'm Cuban, so as you can tell by my hat, so I can't actually say the name. But it's
does YouTube really question if you swear in Spanish?
I mean, I can.
I speak Spanish. I'll understand what you're saying.
Oh, all right. So you know what a mama huevo is, right?
See, yes.
All right, there. All right, then you're fine. Yeah. So we do the chant with that. We say mofongo,
No.
mofong. Yes, we do. Mofongo is, right? It's the plantain dish.
Yeah.
We do ya tu sabe. So we have a lot of chants, and that's kind of what the teams kind of get ticked off about. And yeah, it's fun. I love it, man. I love camp so much, and it sucks that I'm not going this year. It's actually not because I mean I could have I have the opportunity if I wanted to go to Philly camp, but it feels weird without Andrew for the first time. And I mean obviously I have other friends. I mean I have friends that go into Philly camp as well in Jersey, but there's no need to go up to Jersey just for a small amount of time when I need to be back before July 1st because I'm busy in the month of July with something a little more serious. And that's kind of like why I didn't choose camp this year because I want to be more professional and I'm doing an internship. So that's kind of
boy. There you go.
Yeah. So, I'm choosing serious resume.
Good steal.
Oh, yeah. That's an amazing steal over by TCU. But yeah, I'm kind of choosing more profession over fun and friends. So, I mean, and camp is serious. Camp is serious, of course, but internships is just amazing. And we have a really floppy turnover here by TCU. Back-to-back turnovers for both teams.
You got to keep the ball. Oh, we got a foul. Reaching. We got a reach by
seeing a lot of fouls recently. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good steal though. That's a good steal. And then just, it's just a block shot. I feel like it was you can't rush. You can't just go off a fast break and take a shot each time. And
I mean, especially if you're only up by 2, right? So if you're Duke,
exactly.
You don't do that. TCU, like here, for example, that is a beautiful play by TCU, right? So you obviously take, a count on the fast break and you add on to your points. So that's just an amazing fast break right here by TCU.
Exactly. I feel though it's gonna come down to just those simple points, and we're gonna see like just the pass game just go. It's just got to be dynamic passing here. Like I feel it's got to be perfect.
Yeah, and the broadcast is talking about the turnovers here. So, I mean, obviously that's just a big deal for Duke, and that's also TCU.
Shot and one.
Wow,
yeah, that's a tough shot. Yeah,
beautiful shot by Duke here to go up by 2. It's gonna be a foul, correct?
Yes, it is. So
that's gonna be an and 1 here by number 3.
He's just gonna get credit. Yeah, that's a foul. He got the shot off too. That's good.
That's a good shot.
That's
he obviously couldn't really see. I mean, look at that.
Good initiative. Just throw it up there.
Right,
throw that up there.
Good
Yeah,
offense by
it'll go.
Duke right here. Yeah.
He's got 12 points. He's got to be their leading scorer
Probably, right?
for
You would assume.
TCU. 12 points. I mean, out of 42, I think he's definitely your lead. Oh, missed the free throw.
Wow. So
So he
that's
missed the
not going to
end
really
one.
matter. Yeah.
So we got a 2-point game as opposed to. So wow, if that's their best player, that's pretty interesting because he's got 4 fouls.
Right. Yeah. And we've seen that
So
recently. So last game, I don't know. I mean, were you watching the Ohio State game?
yes,
So Punch actually was on the glimpse of fouling out. I believe they took him out of the game when it mattered the most down the stretch, and obviously that was very confusing. No, I mean not obviously confusing, but it was just kind of annoying. Oh wow, very
another
good
and
shot.
one.
Yeah, it's gonna be another and one on the other side of the court here by TCU. No, but just to get back to what I was saying, no, so fouling obviously is huge, and David Punch was on the glimpse of fouling out. I don't think he did. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if you were paying attention to it, but I think they ended up taking him out the game. So it's just things like that. So if your best player right now has 4 fouls, maybe take him out the game for a little bit. If you start going down, add him back to the lineup. But listen, you want to keep your best players for the best moments, and that is a beautiful shot by the Blue Devils.
And one another. Jesus Christ,
Another
foul.
foul here.
That's
And
3
we will be
baskets in a row.
we will be seeing the bonus for both these teams very, very soon. Maybe within 10 minutes left in the game, because we just see foul after foul after foul and an amazing shot by Boozer.
Caden Boozer
has 4
not...
points, so he's obviously not the better brother in this situation, but he's able to make tough shots. We saw him last game against Siena, or actually against Virginia, I should say, when he had an amazing game compared to his brother. And so obviously we talk about nepotism here, right? Carlos Boozer, I think the only reason why they're so good, I mean, they also played at Columbus, right? So I don't know if you are familiar with the school Columbus. Obviously, Fernando Mendoza went there.
Yeah.
They're good sport. They have good sports, right? So their basketball is decent, and I think it really was due to the fact that the Boozer twins were on that team, and obviously Jason Richardson's son. But they're not. I don't know if they were that very good this year, and that's going to be another foul. Listen. So after the timeout, Duke comes out very, very strong here. Now they're up by 5. Could take another point into that lead. Yeah, man, just too many fouls. And
there's a lot of.
If you have your best players on the court right now, maybe take them out because you don't want them to foul out, like we were just explaining. But yeah.
Those things that'll win you or lose you a basketball game. That's the second player with 4 fouls on TCU. That's insane. So you could potentially lose 2 players. There's 13 minutes to go, so you're gonna need him at some point. This is a 6-point game right now. You had a lead at one point for 5 seconds, but you had a lead. Good ball. Punch. No.
Yeah, just could not.
Here we go. This is where Duke knows how to attack. If they play this game smart, I mean, look at that. Look at the difference. They've taken half the amount of shots and made almost double the amount. That's a 3. It's a good look, but no good. We got a offensive foul, I believe. An offensive foul, we believe, by Duke. Does not look. All right, TCU basketball. All that matters.
Yeah, a lot of shots by Duke just in this, last 8 minutes alone. TCU obviously trying to find some separation here. They're going to pull the mid-range, and it's going to be no good here, and Caden's going to get the rebound. Listen, what do you do in this situation if you're TCU? Because those shots are going to matter, right? Obviously down the stretch, they're going to need that. They're going to want that back. Duke, I don't know. I think you just have more momentum as of right now. Those fouls
absolutely
costed you, and those
free throws are obviously going to hurt you down
Whoa.
the line for sure. That's going to be an
That's
amazing shot to go up by 9.
that's
Duke,
just perfect passing.
and if
That's
you're
just perfect
TCU,
passing
I
right
call a
there.
timeout here to regain.
I'd rethink a lot of things that happened in the first 9 minutes of this half. I'm TCU.
Right, and Duke playing like the team they've been playing all year. And we're heading into another timeout break. Like I said, and kind of predicted for the second time in a row, TCU calling a timeout. Both these teams looking very shaky in this half. Obviously, TCU was doing very, very good in the beginning. Or not very, very good, but at least in terms of offense, maybe just besides the turnovers. Duke regaining all that momentum heading into that after the timeout. So, good basketball besides the turnovers for sure.
Oh, absolutely good basketball. And I think that it'll show with the way that Duke is playing. It's definitely doing a disservice to TCU right now with the way they're so worried about the fast break, fast break, fast break. They racked up 6 turnovers on this in this half. And we have 2 players, one of which is 12 points for TCU. He's up to 4 fouls. 4 fouls, 5 fouls, you're out, right? So it's a matter of how long do you want to keep him out there? How long do you want to give him a break? And if right now you're in a hole by 9, I think it's a good time within the next 1 or 2 minutes. If things are starting to go awry, you put him back in, but he's got to be really careful.
100%. And I kind of want to get into something really quick with the Texas matchup that Andrew had, previously mentioned. So Texas A&M is actually down by 18 to Houston right now. They are at halftime.
This game's going on right now.
Yeah, so it is at
wow.
halftime, and it is 46-28. Honestly, I haven't really been watching any of it, but there's no need to. It's kind of just probably the end of that for sure. I think Houston's probably going to come out with a win, and they are probably one of the more dominant teams in this tournament for sure. My question for you is actually, do you think they have a chance at beating a team like Florida if they can make it past that, and even Vanderbilt?
Houston?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think this is a team that came that close last year to winning it all. I mean,
Go
look
Gators.
at what they've done. Look at what they've done, and now here we are again. Houston's always up in the ranks. Now they're a 1, or no, now they're a 2, and we'll see. I mean, A&M did a great job against St. Mary's. They took care of business there. But Houston gets out of this, and assuming if there's no upsets, Houston's got a matchup against Illinois, and that could be arguably one of the games of the entire tournament, right? You have to look ahead to that and look at a team like Illinois that is so consistent on the offensive end. I mean, even every single member of the starting 5 is putting up double digits, is showing up every week. And Houston's one of those teams that can get you. I mean, they easily dominated Idaho, but that's expected. A 15 beating a 2, that's expected. But you're 15 losing to a 2, that's expected. But I feel that Houston it's just the way they move the basketball around that needs to it needs to be very sufficient, especially against even like a contender like Texas A&M. They upset a 7 seed, so they proved that, like, you know what, we're here. So I feel that Houston needs.
You can say upset for sure, right? I mean, that game obviously had a lot of implications, obviously, because it ruined my bracket. I had St. Mary's to win. Honestly, I would say St. Mary's was the worst team in that situation. I don't even know why they were a 7 seed.
They should not have been that high.
Yeah, right. So I actually had taken St. Mary's to win, and it screwed me over for sure. But
yeah, Painter is blocked. Not again. Punch is done. No. Open 3. Yes, there we go. Okay. So now we'll see. See, you can't leave those 3 balls open. I've noticed that, like, a lot of schools I've seen just constantly leave the 3 ball open. It's like, it looks like, even though if they get there in time, it's that one slight window that they'll just get to you, right? That all they need is that slight window to time it, and it's in. Like, you can't do anything about those 3 balls, as there's a foul by TCU right there. He'll go to the line. Duke will go to the line for 2, making potentially an 8-point game. But this is what Duke does. This is the Duke team that I feel that everyone was sort of expecting to see coming into this dance. I feel like the Siena game, it happened. They moved on, and here we are. I feel like this is the efficient offense and defense that we're used to seeing from Duke week in, week out. And I feel like they could slowly take care of business here if it permits. Texas Gonzaga just took off. Texas looked really, really, really strong against BYU. I did have BYU. I thought AJ being a freshman and all of that, the storyline, I thought BYU was a more complete team, but Texas sometimes playing in the first 4, man. I think they're one of the only first 4 teams to actually get into the dance. I think they're one of the few first 4 teams. I think they're the only one actually. Yeah. Texas is the only first 4 team to actually get into the dance. So it's actually interesting that they actually won a game. Just curious to see.
Yeah, the score doesn't look any different from when I had just left. And well, now Duke obviously scoring again. Now down by 9. I mean, even with that
Timeout?
3, the score isn't really changing.
Foul. Yeah, I was just talking about when you were out. Texas Gonzaga started, and Texas is, the only team that played in the first 4 that has actually not only competed in the dance, but actually won a game. They're in the round of 32 now against Gonzaga, and who knows what Gonzaga does. I mean, I think, like we said earlier, they did prove themselves early on by taking care of Kennesaw State, but I feel that, Texas is one of those teams to watch out for, honestly. I think Texas is good right now. We'll see what happens with Gonzaga, but who knows with Texas.
Yeah, I mean, I would love, honestly, to see Texas win just because, well, obviously I didn't choose that in my bracket, but it would just be nice to see kind of that upset.
Boozer, good
happen.
look. It's a good look from 3, but no. That's a travel, actually, on Boozer. We're going to get a travel call.
Yeah, just
on
not going to
camera,
land.
Boozer. It's a good. Oh, that's a good block. I think that's clean. I don't think that's I
Violation.
don't think they gave that a goaltender or something. I think it's a block. That's what they're looking at. That's what they're definitely looking at. Cam Boozer's got 11 and 9. Gotta be. What are we challenging? Or no? I think Coach got a foul. I think Coach just got a tech. I think that's
just not smart down the stretch. Here
I
with
think
under
Coach got
10
a tech.
minutes to go. Right. So you do not want that to happen to your squad as of right now. This is just not looking so good for TCU coming out of this timeout break. And, we see here.
Yep, Coach just got a tech. Yeah, that was.
Just look at him. I mean, look at Coach. Why are you talking to the ref right now? Let your team, play offense. And so now you're going to give Caden a chance to, make that lead bigger. He does. Makes that point of a free throw, and it's going to be a technical foul for Dixon here with under 9 minutes left in the second half. I mean, we've obviously talked about fouls, and, verbal fouls aren't that common. I mean, I feel like we've seen it, but from a coach, at this rate of the game, it just shouldn't happen. And look at the comparison of free throws here. TCU, 3 for 7, and Duke, 20 for 23. I think you can tell who has dealt the most fouls in this matchup here, and TCU going to regain possession on the offense side of the ball, trying to look for punch on the alley-oop. It's going to be no good, and I don't know what's going on here. Punch his arm. I guess.
Yeah, this is. Yeah, flare. Tempers are flaring. If you got a shot right there, no good. Rebound by Duke, though. I mean, this is where Duke takes control. Wide open look right there. Let's see if it goes. It does. So now now the lead is 14. Just like that. Now they're taking a timeout. I think the coach's actions right there were really, really interesting. Getting attacked, you don't want to do that. You do not want to do that.
Right. And so that's just a big three here by Duke. And obviously TCU needs to regain a lot of momentum heading into this timeout. And yeah, I mean, just not looking so good for TCU. It just, you just don't want that to happen. Fouls cost you, right? And so me and Andrew have been talking about this the last 2 days on live, where fouls hurt you so much, and it's just things where if you're in the bonus or something like that, where you get the chance to even shoot a free throw, that's gonna hurt you because even 1 point matters because it is March, man. It is March.
Oh yeah, you also gotta note the fact that you gotta hit your free throws too. Like this is, I mean, even with sure, they've gotten 7 free throw attempts, but you've only hit 3. So that's 4 points. That's 2 baskets right there. Who knows if you make those 2 baskets? We'll never know. But like compared to a team like Duke, they're just so efficient on the offensive end that they're getting all these trips to the line. Sure, a lot of them are techs, but that's just one was a complete unnecessary technical foul by the coach. He kind of just lost his temper, and they got a technical foul, which point, and then they got a basket after that. So I feel that coming out of this timeout, that TCU, this is their, you know what? Let's lock in. Let's lock in right now. This is where we're at, and if they can't keep up, this game is definitely considered to be over.
Right, for sure. And I'm gonna try to see if I can put up the game score here. Let me see if I can add it to the state. There we go. I'm better than Andrew at this now.
There you go. It's your show now.
Yeah. All right, man.
It's your show.
Yeah. Listen. So I don't know. I'll talk to you about it. Andrew's always been like the main guy, and I've never really taken so much account for when it comes to being the leader of this. Because I've always been not like scared, but I'm so much better at analyzing things rather than talking about it play by play. That's why they call it play by play. I've never been really so good at it. That's why Andrew does it. And that's kind of like we've seen that since our first segment at camp. I actually want to pull maybe a video up of our first year at camp together. I'll show you now that we're at the timeout break.
All those years ago.
Yeah, man. We still had our first. I was 11. I'm 15. I'm going on 16, and he was 12. He's now 16. So yeah, we obviously have matured, grown in all sorts of ways.
We're out of the break, but we could keep this conversation rolling unless we get to a tighter game. Unless we get to a tighter game, this is definitely Duke going on a 20-6 run in the last 5 minutes. They got this. They have this thing held on to.
Honestly, hold on. Let me pull it up on the YouTube here. I'll pull it up on my computer so you can actually hear the audio, because this is going to be pretty neat to see. Let me try to find it really quick. But yeah, I mean, we've changed in all sorts of ways in terms of our voice, at least, for say the least. Yeah, but that's the thing with play camps. It kind of gets you to really, want to pursue it. So I actually didn't really know what I wanted to do at 11. And it's fine to not know what you want to do when you grow up, especially even at this age where I'm a freshman and Andrew's a sophomore. But I knew since the first day of camp, this is what I wanted to do and I want to pursue. And that's what we love doing the podcast. And TCU coming out of the break here, he wants a one-on-one with Cameron. I guess now calls for a mix. Oh, I just don't know what happened. There were 5 seconds left.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, that does not look. Yeah, this is just confusing. I don't know what happened. Obviously, I don't have commentary going in my ear, but all right, let me try to find this. Honestly, just a good game. Regardless if Duke's up by so much right now. Just a very, very good game. That's a clumsy shot. That's not the shot you want to be shooting right now. You want to set your feet, plant it, and make the bucket, not go off a fadeaway. And TCU really not in any form of momentum here, at least not positive momentum. And Duke looking to find Cameron. Cameron with a huge dunk on the other side of the court. Duke now up by 16 with under 7 minutes and 30 seconds remaining, and 22-6 in the last 6 minutes for this Blue Devil squad. And like we've talked about, TCU with clumsy offense. That's just another horrible offensive drive here by TCU. Duke's really just taking so much, momentum and possession of this game. I just don't think TCU's in this whatsoever.
Oh, I think that ship is officially
And after
sailed.
that, right, that is going to probably ice it. We obviously don't like to jinx things here, but that's just not good whatsoever. And that's probably the stupidest shot I've seen all day from this Horned Frog squad. And they're going to let Caden really control the basket here. We haven't seen him get much opportunities all season long, but here he is in March when it matters most. He's going to obviously pass it out to his teammate. They're going to look for Cameron again in the paint, and it's going to be – don't know if it's a foul or not. I mean, let's take a look at it here again. Look at Cameron again, the same type of way they did a drive ago with that amazing dunk. They found him earlier again. They keep finding Cameron. I mean, he's obviously their best player, and, it obviously shows with 15 points. He isn't even the leading scorer, though, which is kind of surprising. His other teammate, Isaiah Evans, who Andrew was mentioning earlier, actually has the same amount of points. Obviously, this is a very shared roster where they can actually mix up play styles.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And TCU, again, I just don't even want to watch this game anymore. I don't know what.
No, I don't even know what's going on. Texas Gonzaga is looking more of a fun one right now.
Yeah, man. I think we headed to that because that is probably the more interesting game for sure, to say the least.
That's the. I mean, I'll keep it. I'm sure if TCU game is crawling back, what's it called?
We can switch over back to it, right?
And see the March Madness app will tell me that TCU is crawling back. We got a different game here. VCU is going to kick off in about 10, 15-ish minutes or so, which is definitely a game on my watch that we'll see what VCU does. But, yeah, I mean, it'll be while we'll get here in this break, it sounds like a fun time at camp. It sounds really fun. So I can't wait.
Camp's honestly the best time of year for a lot of campers.
How do you get is it drill sergeant style when you get woken up every morning and bang on the doors?
Yeah. So I don't know if you're familiar with I don't know if Steve told you or have you talked to Jeremy whatsoever?
Yeah.
So we have a camper. He's just so friendly. Cam, he's actually a counselor. He is probably the most beloved counselor out of anyone, and he's just amazing. He actually bangs on the door like this every morning, or at least the first morning with Zeke. Him and Zeke always bang, or at least the ones that I have gone to, they always bang on the doors in the morning. And actually, I've slept over my alarm before. Even when they bang on the door, I just don't wake up. So,
what is the alarm, like 7?
Oh, I don't know, because we have to do breakfast before. I think it's no, but I wake up. I'm a very hygienic person. I like to shower. So if I don't shower, I don't get my day going. Actually, I remember this one time at camp. It was last year, right? So, one of my friends, Jack Cotter, he's been on the pod. He was on yesterday. He was one of our guests. Shout out to Jack, Talks Jets. I had slept in his dorm for at least 4 nights of camp.
Jesus, wow.
So that's
the whole week. Didn't even give Andrew a chance, huh?
Listen, due to the reason because they have their own bathroom, and that was the one room that had their own bathroom. So I I took advantage, right? I took advantage where advantage was
Took
due,
advantage of the
and
single bathroom.
so I actually I took advantage, for example. And so remember I had woken up too late. I went to breakfast and I went back to the dorms to go shower because I was not about to go to camp without showering. I was not going to go to Villanova main campus, and I don't know where one of the I forgot. Well, yeah, main campus where we do where everyone meets up and we talk in the big media room, or I don't, classrooms, I guess.
Right.
But I mean, every room is huge. God, you like that's just like Montclair doesn't have that, so that's kind of why we don't like there. It's a different feel of a campus, right? So because Villanova's older, right? So that's kind of why I like it more. But yeah, so I actually remember this one time I left breakfast early, went to go shower, and I got to camp like 20 minutes late. But it's fine. It worked out in the end. I just like being clean, and obviously with a shower in my own dorm. It wasn't really my dorm, but I still slept in there regardless
Right.
of what was given to me. Because I mean, I love Andrew. He's best roommate, but sometimes we can have our off days, and I just I like being near somewhere where privacy is key, right? So camp is
Yeah.
just it's kind of brutal when it comes to the showering and bathrooms and whatnot. So yeah, and TCU with a mid range, it would look like it was about to go in, and it did it. So Horned Frogs down the slump here. They just haven't been able to do anything since that timeout, and David Punch looking to punch in a point. He doesn't. Gets swatted, and Cameron, or I believe Caden Boozer, apologies, going to isolate himself from the rest of the squad. Going to pass it to his brother. Columbus Pride are the only people to have touched this ball on this possession. Cameron looking for another drive-in point. He does. He makes it, and it's good. And he's going to lead by 20 here. Duke's just unstoppable right now. And but that's a good shot by TCU, though. Can't count them out just yet, even though we've been talking a lot of smack about them. That's a really, really good shot by TCU here with under 5 minutes to go. And actually, well, hold on. I said I was going to put up the thing. Hold on. Let me pull it up right here. Oh, wait. Yeah, so no, like I had said, like a lot of people actually don't even go to camp their second year. I mean, they'll go their first year and they won't go ever again. But me and Andrew just love it so much, and so we obviously continue to go back. So for example, like my best friend I had done camp with, he doesn't go back anymore. And he kind of knows that he went for me kind of that first year, and he knew I was gonna find my place eventually, so he kind of just let me be after my first year. But
Right on.
I just wanted to have someone that I knew my first year for sure, and that's kind of just what was given to me then. And I'm going to share my screen really quick, and I'll show you. All right, so I don't know if it shared this. Did it share the screen or no? I don't think so. Let me try it again really quick. All right, there we go. All right. Let's just see. I think it was this. This was our first ever thing. All right.
Oh my god. Shout out PSG. Give a first early shout out to PSG. Oh my god. Jesus. You can move your hands a lot on the air, do you? So do I. I do it all the time. All the time.
Thing is, I mean, this was my first ever time on any camera, so I had honestly no idea what I was doing. I still have mistakes sometimes, but like that, like the body language, you could see how scared I was, and this is just my first year at camp, right? And look at Andrew. This is probably he had been on camera before. He actually did the announcements for school before, so he had already had a glimpse of what it was like to be in front of a crowd. I mean, people weren't in front of me. It was actually just the camera, but I was just so scared. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So
Right, yeah. Interesting. Yeah, we're trying to figure out like different things for this summer, because like he gave me like the idea of like what you guys do. You guys do like one thing one day, then you guys do like stations for 2
and I mean,
days.
like it obviously works out because I mean, it kind of got me and Andrew into the field for the podcasting, right? So
Yeah.
the the favorite thing we ever did at camp besides the wiffle ball and the overnight stuff was really, I mean, I would say the podcasting, which actually you just record on your phone, or the sports talk radio, which is always the best. Actually, there's no need to show you this anymore because it's horrible. Let me see if this is radio really quick. Believe this is
Yeah.
it. Yeah, it is. Oh, so fun fact. I don't know if anyone's still listening to this. Probably
You love jerseys? Is that the fun
I
fact?
always wear. No, well, that's actually not what it is. The fun fact is the sports coverage podcast. The name that wasn't really supposed to be the original. The original name was supposed to be the No Name Sports Podcast. So yeah, that was supposed to be the original name. It is my friend Noah, who was originally supposed to be our third member of the podcast. And right before we started, back in 2024, he kind of just told us straight up he does not want to do it. So that's my best friend. That's the one that didn't go to camp with me after my second year. But yeah, no, me and Andrew came a long way when it comes to names and logos. So that actually wasn't supposed to be the original name. So the Sports College Podcast was not supposed to be the original name. It was supposed to be No Name Sports. So yeah, let's watch this clip really quick. So this is funny. I actually talk like one of my friends that sometimes I talk sports with him, like as a joke, as in like we're on live or whatever. He talked exactly like I used to talk right there, and I like talking like that. Don't get me wrong. I like having like stops. You can see how I kind of talk, but I've completely changed as a whole when it comes to speaking. So yeah, it's the things like that. You grow each year. This was a year after my first year, so my hair changed. I looked a little bit different. But yeah, and then the year after this, I had a buzz cut, so I looked different every year of camp, and I obviously changed when it comes to voice. And Andrew did too. Andrew looks like a little kid though. I won't lie.
He looks so different.
Right, and so
Yeah.
he was what must have been 13, 14 in this. I don't know. He was old though.
He looks so different, which is nuts.
Yeah.
Andrew just texted me. He's like, "What am I watching right now?"
Hey, tell him we're keeping it on.
We're keeping the show. This is what the people want to see. This is what people. Oh my god, I love the setup. I love this. I love this $0 setup by play-by-play camps. It's a perfect setup. You got a table, and 3 chairs, and a microphone. Nothing more.
Yeah.
Love it. Look how serious he is. Look how serious he's like, yep.
Look
Oh
at him.
yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Just watch him right there. Just watch him the entire time. He followed his hand. Oh my god, he followed his hand. Oh my god. What is going on? Oh dude. Yeah, there we go. Uh-huh. Oh my god. Is that a Wemby? Oh no, this is 5 years ago. This was before Wemby.
This was a Tim Duncan jersey.
Tim
So-
Duncan. All right, you're a real fan. All right, good.
I'm not even a Spurs fan. I just thought the jersey was so cool.
It's a
Actually,
tough jersey.
yeah,
I have that jersey as well. It's a tough jersey. It's a Wemby jersey. I know. I'm like so fake, but you know.
yeah, and obviously to keep it, on script here, just a score update. Duke is still leading 76-54.
That game's over. Good night.
Yeah, the game is just
Houston is that game is almost a wraps too. Like you can even call it wraps. We're getting to Texas Gonzaga right now is decent.
yeah. So I actually have to head out like soon, but let's just finish the rest of this episode.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Segment. Yeah, let's wrap it up. Let's see. No, not in a rush. I just
Yeah, so like things like that. It was interrupting my friend. So it's like, we grow, we obviously mature, we know what not to
Yeah.
do in the future, and obviously me and Andrew have came a long way. And my friend, obviously, he likes talking sports, but not like on air like we do. So look at his hands.
Oh my god.
He still does that. I don't know if
He
he
still.
still.
I do it too. I do the oddest things with like on air like hand motion.
Yeah, he does it too, and I used to as well. I kind of. But the thing is, I've gotten used to holding the mic like this the whole time. So I'm just kind of like I have my hand down to my side, or I kind of have it like on my, like here, or like holding my other hand, my arm, so I can actually, because it gets tiring holding this damn mic. But it doesn't matter. I'm talking sports, my favorite thing to do in the world. So
Yeah. He's like Andrew just texted. He's like, I was like, oh, he's like, what am I seeing? I'm like, it's our show now, as a joke. And then I'm like, come back, and he texted me a picture. He just texted me a picture of just a menu, a fork, and a knife, and a wine glass.
so he is at dinner. I'm not surprised whatsoever. I
He
didn't
and then
know. I
and
didn't
then
know
he's
he was
like,
busy tonight. I thought he was gonna be able to be on the pod the entire night.
and then he was
Uh,
like, we're 1,000% calling. I have a lot of things to get off my chest. I'm like, okay, this is not a WWE promo. This is not that. Like, oh my god. What I want though, low key at camp is like somebody like that comes in that knows like something about like the sports that nobody talks about or the leagues that nobody talk about. Like I want someone to like come in. I would love if like somebody had like three kids that actually watched like wrestling, talked about wrestling, or watched like the MLS or something and talked about the MLS.
So
Like, dude,
WWE is actually kind of a common thing. I mean, my friend, I'll say it again, Jack. Shout out to Jack Talk Sheds. He loves WWE. I remember he's talked about it before. That's actually one of the sports that he loves talking about. I kind of got into UFC this year, and so
mhm.
if I were to go to camp again, I would obviously bring that up as a segment. And we've talked about it on the podcast before, not just so much, because the biggest fights happen every other month, or not every other month, but every 2 months or 3 months. So we'll definitely. I know for sure me and Andrew are going to do something for the 250th anniversary, because that's going to be at the White House. That card is going to be just insane. It dropped, right? So it's just
You guys are gonna have a match, right?
Wait, you said
For the
what?
200. You guys are gonna have a match, right? That's the stream. That's the stream
Yeah,
idea, right?
we'll
You
probably,
guys are
yeah.
you're gonna have a match outside on the lawn, a boxing match between you and Andrew, right?
Well, I mean, we won't fight. We won't fight.
That's the idea. That's the stream. We're gonna. I was going through some of these, and this is like from 24, and I
Yeah.
was just listening to some of the things these people said, and I'm just like, oh, that's so bad. Oh my god. What is he wearing? Is that a
Netherlands.
is that a
Jersey.
Virgil van Dijk Netherlands jersey?
He's a Liverpool fan. I don't hate on it. He's a Liverpool fan, and he
Hey,
and
I
he
like
loves Van Dijk.
Liverpool.
All right, all right.
They're great.
Yeah.
But like, yeah. Oh my god. What did he say? I forgot what he said on this.
Brian. He wanted Brian Cashman to be fired. Aaron Boone to be gone.
So
Did not happen, but it's fine.
about that,
Oh,
I
here's
believe
me.
there's a couple.
Look how different I looked from all 3 years of camp. I had a buzz cut.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Don't ever do that again. Don't
I had more-
ever.
I had more views than Andrew, but let's see what I had to say.
Short and to the point. The worst offense I've ever seen. pretty good. This is pretty solid. I like it.
Nah, the idea was good. I don't think I did that well. But the thing is, I just don't like being
mean,
around that many people. So
There's
it
you're doing this in front of everybody?
yeah. So like, I mean, well, not everyone, like your group and you're in front of the camera and the person that's recording it. So like, sometimes you'll have a little bit of anxiety, which I suffer from anxiety, so I actually get that a lot. But I actually had anxiety doing this. If you didn't see like my hand, I'm moving it up and down. It's like, but you get better as you go. But,
yeah, like the
like,
thing is,
hold on, wait, listen to this. Listen to this. Wait, see, like, this is my camper. Oh, my name's Vince Marino. Like, it's that. It's like things like that where.
Yeah, that can get fixed. Like, I'm gonna definitely. I mean, obviously, you're not coming this year, but like, I can easily give you advice on like on camera person. But like, what I've noticed with like not just like what you showed me, because I've seen a lot of videos, I've seen a lot of anchoring segments, and I'm just like, this is like the talk that I give to people that I've heard it like where I work and stuff, and like these kids open the show and like everyone says like, oh, they love sports. They open the show and they're like, good afternoon, I'm so and
yeah,
so.
like you gotta have like the voice. And
Jack
so, like,
Jack Hughes scored the golden goal to win the gold medal against Canada. If like Colin Coward, Stephen A, Mike Green, if they opened the show like that, first of all, I'm turning it off, and second of all, they're fired within the hour. Like, sports are fun. Like, that's what I feel like. I'm gonna say that to so many people because they're gonna be like, because what I do, and this is like one of my professors taught me this, like where I think I know what I'm doing, and I just like completely like AWOL a script, and I just like go off scripts. I say whatever I say, but I can't remember it halfway through. And then like what she'll do with me is be like, okay, one-on-one without the camera rolling. Tell me what you're gonna say, and I exactly know what I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
like it's just like things like that get people tripped up, and it's like, and it's also the fact that they're reporting like it's like they're reporting on a war and like tragedy. It's like, sports are fun. You should be like, Jack, you scored the golden goal, bang, dude. Like, come on, like if you're doing a highlight read and on the Olympics, and like when you do the highlight of the shot by Jack Hughes, and you're like, and it's in.
And it's like, I don't know
Canada.
I don't know if you follow the podcast on Instagram and whatnot. So we actually had posted a clip of our live reaction to that insane tying shot by Kentucky the other night. I believe it was yesterday. We were ecstatic. I mean, obviously there was a little bit of a mistake where Andrew actually thought it was a game winner, but it wasn't, and he accidentally said game. I'm like, no, Andrew, it's tie. The tie.
Game. He
like,
called game. I thought it was game at one point. I was like, yo,
we were like confused. He was confused, but it's things like that where you saw the emotion come out of us. I'm like, damn, Andrew. All right, like that's like kind of what we need to start learning.
Like I thought that was taught, but like that, like for example, like for the Jack Hughes thing in earlier in the year when we got to overtime. I don't know if you watched that game at all, but we got to overtime and Canada, it was like Nathan McKinnon, Austin Matthews, and Connor McDavid, and I'm like, we're screwed. They're gonna score in 2 seconds, and they almost did. And then we scored, and then I'm like, oh my God. I hugged so many random people I didn't know. But, hey, that's what you do for your country. But, like, if you're doing a highlight read off of that, and they are, and you say, like, and Hughes scores, and they're going to win it. What the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, to be honest with you, like, I'm not, like, supposed to be like, energy. All right, what do we got here? What's this take?
All right, this is probably gonna be the last thing for the rest of the night, but let's check it out. Let's see. This is my camper take. I was right. Oh no, wait, no, hold on. Wait, this was
never wrong, just early. Never wrong, just early.
Wait. Yeah, just early, right? Yeah,
never wrong, just early.
Let's see what I had to say. I don't because obviously Malachi Tony was on the team before that. I'm a Florida fan, but I promise you I was rooting for Miami in the last playoff. I was just like, how like sometimes like you might hate a team, but like deep down like you love them. That's how I am with the Hurricanes. And sometimes me and Andrew have debates where like off camera we'll be like, well, how are you a Florida fan, but you still love Miami when it matters? I'm like, it's because I'm a Miami kid. Like I love the Hurricanes. Like my mom went there, and so like I have a lot of history with that school. Matter of fact, I used to be a Hurricanes fan through and through. But, obviously over time became like a Gator fan and whatnot. But it's just things like that. Like I loved watching them in that playoff run. I wish me and Angel were talking about that more during that time on the podcast, but because we hadn't done any episodes or any lives about that. But that was an amazing game or a playoff run from the Hurricanes for sure. But yeah, let's see what I had to say. Oh,
yeah.
wow. Like that's like, wow, man.
Oh,
like,
we got Virginia, Boston College. Wait, who's we? Who's we? Okay, Mario Cristobal. Okay, Mario. Hey, I have a signed Michael Irvin helmet at my dorm.
Yeah, man. All right, so
and I got clowned for it. Hold on, what's that? Before I get to like what I just watched with it, but I did not think we were playing Miami in the national championship. And in my dorm, there's obviously a bunch of IU stuff, but I have a signed Miami Michael Irvin helmet, and we are playing them in the national championship. And he's also the most hated man on that field.
Right, because of what his antics. Yeah, but he's a character, and that's why
I love him.
Miami loved him.
I loved him. I loved him watching him in Dallas. I watched him.
Hold on, so you go to Indiana?
I do.
Oh man, I thought you should have told me. You probably said this earlier. I just wasn't paying attention.
2 years, come on by. 2 years, come on by. We have a great program. Sponsored. No. Hey, give it a shot in 2 years. Give it a tour. I'd happy to give you one of where my media school.
Listen, man, I don't know. I honestly just hate Indiana now.
Damn! What did we do? What
Come on,
did we
man.
do?
Listen, that playoff.
We're so hated. We're so hated. What's wrong with it? What's wrong with the playoff run? Blame Alabama and Oregon for being terrible.
Oh, I don't even remind me about that. I was at a party during that Oregon game, and then I'm just like, I'm watching it.
Yeah, the party was over in 5 seconds.
Oh, it wasn't a party.
I didn't even sit down, dude.
It was just a casual like party, and then I turn on the TV at the party, and I'm looking at I'm just like, what? Pick six, not even 10 seconds into the game.
I didn't even crack my first beer yet. My beer was still in the fridge.
Yeah, man. Like
I was gonna get it. I was like, dude, they're gonna run. I told my dad, I was like, they're gonna run like twice. Watch. So I stood up, and then I just like look at the first play, and then I'm not even like half paying attention. All I hear is Sean McDonough be like, and it's picked off, and I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, wait.
Yeah, McDonough. I love McDonough. He's one of the best broadcasters for sure. Yeah. All right, so let's see this.
Hey, you know what? This is. Yeah, this is good. I like this a lot.
Oh my god. Oh jeez. I
like this a lot. You know what? I mean, like, I don't obviously, you know what? I like how you're bold with the Cam Ward thing. Obviously, that doesn't pan out, but hey,
he was close. He was close though, and I told him I told him to his face, I'm like, you're winning the Heisman, and I hope you know that. Like I said it to him, like, because I had met him, and that's how I got my helmet signed. I'm like, Ward, you're winning the Heisman. Like, you should know that.
Okay.
This was what 2024. Like, this was right before the season. Like, I told him, like, you're winning it, and you need to know that. And he's like, I appreciate it. I'm a Florida fan, but I love you. I just know that.
I love that. Like, you do that. Like, not many people like acknowledge like when they're doing these kinds of things that I've seen. Like these people that these when you like scroll up like and find some random person, and they're just like looking at. They just like look to the side. They move their hands around. They start rambling. Like they start going off of one idea and they don't stick with it. right? And Texas is going to lead into the first half against number 3 Gonzaga. Yes, 35-33. So that is something to keep an eye on. But most people don't do that, and most people don't acknowledge the camera. Like you doing the Cam Ward's going to win the Heisman. Watch. You acknowledged us. You acknowledged the viewer by doing that. And like you stayed on one, like you didn't go off. Most people would say Cam Ward's going to win the Heisman and then randomly go off on some tangent about Cam Ward. Most people will do that. You just kept going with your like, you know what? Here's why Miami's going to make the CFP, and I'll promise you that. Like, it was good. I mean,
like they always tell you, keep this under a minute, maybe even 30 seconds. And I knew what the assignment was, right? So I just, I said it straight up. I'm like, listen, Miami's gonna, hopefully win. And they'll make the playoff for sure. And they have one of the best offenses in football. Xavier Restrepo, Jacoby George, Cam Ward's, amazing. He's gonna win the Heisman. And obviously I did my, the finger. I'm like, I pointed at the camera and things like that. Like that's another thing where, so Andrew's more of like a, and you'll probably, because I would love to have you back on for sure. But he's like, and even with the episodes, like he's more of the type of guy to, generally have the informational topics, and I'll obviously come in with my opinion. Like I remember this one time, one of our most viral clips had over 1,000 likes on Instagram, I believe, and it was because we were talking about how the Falcons had drafted Penix, but also signed Cousins that same year, and I was saying how Cousins deserves to go to a retirement home, and that they should have never drafted Penix. Penix is a better player. He's better for this, he's better than this organization. He deserves to go to a better, location. And I started getting threats. Like it was bad. I thought it was funny, but like
you got threats for that.
Like some people were calling us crazy. Like it was insane. Like no, there was like some. I won't say what,
For
but I
stating
remember
the truth in the NFL.
Yeah, man. I'm like, Cousins needs to go to a retirement home, and Penix deserves a better organization, and they're paying him the same amount of money. And yeah, it went super viral. But the things like that, I was obviously lying my ass off. But that's how you get your views, man. That's how you do it. You just
That's exactly right. Like,
yeah, man.
You're not gonna please anybody if like you have to come in with some sort of personality. Like, sure, you can get the numbers across and you can be right, but you got to get that just energy in there. You just got to be you.
Yeah,
like that was great. Like, there's so I didn't. So now I know. What's funny is like I went back and watched these like maybe a week ago when I was after talking to Steve, like just to see what this camp does and stuff, just to hear. And I was like, oh, let me hear some camper takes and see how bad there's this knowledge is from these. There's some that are like like scares me, like that are like, oh, that's not that. I don't know. But I didn't even realize that was good. I was like, when I listened to that one the first time, I was like, you know what? That's not bad. He knows what he's talking about. I mean, is he wrong? Sure, but he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah. Let's keep listening. And FSU.
Do you know what?
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's a win. And
you said that this is an easy schedule, and
they ended up losing to
FSU
Syracuse. They ended up losing to, I believe, Virginia Tech. Or no, I think it was the year that we had that game.
FSU was garbage. FSU was garbage. So you were right about that.
No, I knew what I was talking about. And they had talked about how our schedule was so easy, and it's not. And it was tremendously easy, and we, obviously proved it when, well, not so much because we ended up being left out the playoff and then lost, I believe, like 3 games, which is horrible. Then we ended up going to the Pop-Tart Bowl and we lost to Louisville.
The Pop-Tart Bowl. Yay. That's the bowl. You know what? I'd low-key rather be in the Pop-Tart Bowl.
No,
the Pop-Tart Bowl is so fun.
I didn't even watch it. And they took out Cam Ward after halftime. I didn't even care. Yeah, Chris the ball.
Because he didn't and you lost because you took Cam Ward out at halftime.
Right. So
like, I mean, there's some like I remember like I could probably let me put it here. I could easily be like, where's a bad one? There's some bad takes. Like I remember, so I just have to like look at their faces and be like, oh, 20 4 this one was pretty bad. There's some ones that are pretty solid, like low key. Like the guy that goes on the Cowboys rant is pretty solid. I mean,
No, some are actually really good, and it's usually the older kids.
it's usually the older kids that do
right.
it.
So
Like never
younger
the
kids don't.
Cowboys kid was just wrong, unfortunately. I mean, he had 3-12-5 seasons to stay where he was coming from, but he was definitely off. They did not have a good year that year, and they did. Yeah, I watch. Yeah, I am sadly a Cowboys fan. Tragically, I don't know if you figured it out early on in the show when this thing was in the back. Well, other way, this thing was in the background, but like. Yeah, I am tragically just sadly a Cowboys fan. I mean, my dad is, so
Yeah, that
it's
makes
not my
sense.
you're
Yeah, like my dad's a Giants fan, so I root for the Giants as well as a Dolphins fan.
it's
So.
not, I mean, I'd rather root for the Giants than the Dolphins at this point. Like, you should go to some Dolphins games. They'll be really cheap. They'll be
Man,
really, really cheap
yeah.
this year.
Hopefully,
They'll be like $5.
Nah, they would never do that. That's like sounds like the Marlins.
You guys are making moves like the Marlins right now in Miami.
Yeah,
That's for sure. You're
Or we
making
could just, like-
Marlin type moves.
Yeah, it's like 1997 all over again. We're just getting rid of everyone. It's 2003.
You're just getting rid of everybody because you think it's cool.
And then after
You
Jose
got rid
Fernandez
of-
passed away, we just got rid of everyone. And that's just how it's always been. It's the Miami Marlin.
You should not have gotten rid of
Yes.
Stanton, man. I think
Nah,
Stanton.
don't even. I'm not gonna get into all that. No, that's just insane. All right, I'd say we just wrap it up here because my friends were telling me I gotta leave. But one more. Let's listen to this. I restated the fact.
What was your rant? Because I know you guys
That-
do rants.
that same year? Oh no, my rant was about the how we should It was about how Pat Riley should he had the worst offseason of all time.
They did. Yes, they did. You know what? That's
Right,
fine.
That 1 year was pretty bad. Wait,
That rant was pretty rough. Like, those are takes. Like, oh, there's Andrews. Oh, what's this take?
All right, this is the last one. Let's listen to it.
What is? Interesting.
So he did a lot better than me. I mean, you can just tell. Andrews always had like that step ahead of me, and that's what I love. That's why we have that good chemistry because he just like I feed off of him, right? So but that was an amazing take. But yeah. Oh god.
The youth movement. He wasn't wrong there.
That was a good take. It was a really good take. I won't lie. But just
He
obviously
compared Daniel Jones to Trevor Lawrence. I don't know about that.
I think Jones is better right now, but that's probably a discussion for another time.
We'll find out. But yeah, hey man, it was awesome being on here.
All right, yeah. So everyone that's still watching or has watched, thank you so much for joining. And obviously, I'm taking over Andrew's spot here, but that's gonna do it for this live stream. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and that's gonna wrap it up. Hopefully tomorrow, me and Andrew hop back on for another March Madness game, and expect the unexpected. Thank you, everyone.